You can't even do the fucking noise he made.
You used to.
No, but he like his was like from the beginning to the end was the same exact sound. I have to like start like rev up to that noise, so I know I'm not making it the same way. So you don't recommend any of these books, right?
Yeah.
That's why you bought them.
Don't read them. Yeah.
Are you reading this one? Is that why you have a bookmark?
Yeah, but the first two stories, I've read them before. They're collected. But this ties into... There's a Key to Hell in Sandman. They did a collab, which is weird. They're from different companies, DC and IDW. Yeah. So they talk about how the Key to Hell was made.
What if like Neil really loved the book and was like, "Hey, let's do a collab"?
That's how it went down. That's Neil approached them.
Because I feel like Neil's the only one who could do it. Like these guys cannot approach Neil and he'll be like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Neil approached them. Like, hey.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, that's good.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay.
My name is Bob. We're doing Comic-Con.
Me what?
We're doing Comic-Con.
Microsoft Discord, then nope.
And Zenza nope.
Welcome back to another episode of the Weekly DLC. I'm one of your hosts, Crostian. Always my co-host, Stan Vargas.
Cthulhu.
And Dan Jang.
Gordy's home.
And if you're not familiar with us, we come to each and every week to podcasting services of your choice, from tables and sodas and Korean barbecues of our choice. And we definitely... Whoa, you're changing your angles. What is live on stream? Stream.
It just bothers me that it's angled. Like, it doesn't look like it, but the camera is just like...
Yeah. Of course corrects. The algorithms. We're the Weekly DLC. We're a podcast. We've been a podcast for the past 281 episodes. This is episode 282. And this is my cat Samus coming to say hi
special guest
from Special Angles. Just ate, and then you're just like, I'm here to crash the party. Are you trying to be Gordy over here? Going for an exploding fist bump? But some news for longtime listeners. We've usually been on SoundCloud. We've since made a migration. We're now on RSS.com. And if you're watching us on stream, which I'll talk about the streaming aspect in a second, shouldn't change anything. If you find us on Apple, you'll still find us on Apple. If you find us on Google, you'll still find us on all the places that you would normally find us on are still those same places. RSS.com. Number one. What does it say? Number one way to start, grow, and monetize your podcast.
Wait, so I, like, as a viewer, cannot go on here and find ourselves?
You could. Our feed is, let me see, rss.com/podcast/the weekly DLC. Or not /weekly DLC.
So rss.com/weekly
/podcasts/weekly
but
DLC.
Like, I guess their website doesn't offer like a way to just search, which is strange.
No, this is just primarily a host kind of thing. But if we have the RSS feed, if we want to share it on other sites, if we want to make sound bites, it offers tools to do that. We wanted to try changing some of our tools and ways we track analytics. So this has just been a shift for us, but we're still the same podcast, still the same crew, trio, still the same soda. What did you look for? Did you type it in right? Not the weekly DLC.
Yeah, and then just weekly. Just weekly DLC.
RSS.com/podcast/
But maybe that's supposed to be like when you're logged in. Maybe that's why I can't see it.
Wait, did you put podcast or podcast?
Just no S.
Put an S. Why you gotta make this awkward now?
Well, I want to make sure, like, you're telling these people, and then what if you turns out like you can't?
I'm telling them the truth. You're leading them to
Number one explicit
leisure podcast. But they can find us through all their normally Pocket Casts, Spotify.
And you had to like relink that.
Huh?
Like relink
Nope.
it?
It should still be the same stuff. But
Highly recommend watching our first episode.
Our
Couple.
Like the first year's worth. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. But yeah, it's on there. But yeah, just a small little shift. But like I was saying, we're also on streaming services. We've been on streaming services. We're on Twitch at twitch.tv/theweeklydlc.
We'll be at TwitchCon, some of us.
Yeah, TwitchCon. And then we're going to be at PAX. We'll be at a couple of different venues. But yeah, we're streaming. So if you ever want to check us out while we're streaming, look us up on Twitch and then hit the follow button. You'll know when we're streaming. We try to stick to a schedule. We usually do it on Thursdays, but it's going to fall. Sam's going to make it fall. You know it. What's it called? Yeah, we're on streaming services. We're on Twitch. We usually stream Thursdays, but sometimes like today, it will be on a different day. Today's Saturday. And some of you might be wondering that you were looking forward to today's episode. The reason we were doing it on Saturday was initially to do our first efforts at doing a Dungeons & Dragons session for the three of us. Sadly, the host, Jay, who was not able to make it today, recently got sick. And so
Host or DM?
our D&D host.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, the DM. Yeah, the host of the game is sick and so won't be able to join us today. We've rescheduled now to August 13th. That will be when we're streaming that and recording that D&D session. So please stay tuned. We'll advertise it as we get closer to, but wanted to share that. So today it's another day in the neighborhood. We're gonna do episode 282. We're gonna talk about 3 different topics. They're going to involve Comic-Con, having all experienced it. We're going to talk about the recent news about Microsoft and Discord, kind of collabing and what that rollout has looked like. And then lastly, we're going to do not a spoiler-free review, but this time it's going to be explicit Spoilercast review of the film Nope by Jordan Peele. We used to be in the sunken place. Now we're in Gordy's house.
We got out.
Yeah, we got
And in the worst spot.
Yeah.
It was just us. And then now.
I see what you did. And we noped out. But yeah, we'll get into those 3 topics. But before we do, we usually like to go around the table, talk about what we've been up to. So Vargas, tell us what you've been up to.
Not too much. Did Comic-Con.
You did
Comic-Con. There and back. Just today, I started playing Returnal.
Oh.
Since it's part of PlayStation Plus Premium.
Oh, it is? Damn, okay.
So I decided to check it out. So there's a few games. I'm thinking because of the catalog that they offer.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about like just streaming, no mic, no video, just streaming the way
You'll be back?
The way one of our podcast people do, and they get viewers.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Doesn't make any sense, but they get viewers.
Do it.
But it's just like content I just keep creating without having to do anything. See how it works. So yeah, I've been playing Returnal a little bit. You guys sneeze.
Someone's talking about you.
What else? Still reading.
What do you think of Returnal?
So far I liked it.
That one night you played here, you went balls to the wall.
Yeah, like right now I think it's suspended. I have a shotgun, and shotguns are ridiculously OP. But yeah, so
which area are you in? The first.
This is my
biome?
second playthrough.
Wait, playthrough?
No, well, not like sorry. My second time. I've already died. Like so, I started the game.
Which biome? Because there's the main biome, the
very
first
first
biome.
one. Yeah.
You haven't beaten the boss yet.
I've not.
Okay.
Well, I've not beaten the boss yet.
Okay.
But so when I first started the game, it's just the very first time. So I play, and then you get. I don't know if it's always the same, but you fight. I think one of like the ape fauna guys.
Yeah.
He's like really huge. He just like. He's so fast, it feels like he teleports to you. And I could not time the dodging. So, I died right there and then. I had a pistol fighting this guy. I got his health halfway before I died. And I was like, fuck, I feel like I was so close. And now I'm on this other playthrough now.
Okay.
Or we'll play.
I'd say the shotgun's not as good in the second biome.
Okay.
It's because it's, at least the earlier parts of that biome, you're in the open.
Well,
The
this
second
one is
the ladder.
seeking.
Huh?
This one's like
it seeks? Okay.
Yeah, so
I mean, you
like
get the
I
right
shoot
mods.
it does this, and then it just all kind of goes into one spot, and I do a shit ton of damage.
Nice.
So I'm excited.
Nice.
So it feels good. And then there's a couple games that I saw. Children of Mordia is another one I want to try out.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, I've heard it. Like someone was doing. It's I think on my TikTok feed. They're trying new games. I think actually they're trying games that are offered for free on PlayStation Plus, and they rated this game really, really highly. And they're like this is a surprise. I didn't think this game would be good, and here we are reviewing it. So I'm gonna check that out, and then what else? Did Comic-Con? We'll talk about that, and then. That's it. Work. I was coming in earlier for work because they did a thing called like we call it market where they have like physical events going on and usually people will go there and just like it just funnels a ton of sales. Okay. So I did that to take care of that and that's over with. So it should be more relaxed and chill now again.
Do you watch any shows or movies?
Watch Nope, which we'll talk about that as well. Yeah, I don't know if it's because so I ended up getting sick and I don't know if it's COVID because it was negative the whole time, but I had a cough as well and the cough wouldn't go away. Like even after I was not sick, it just would stay there. And I know that with COVID, people say like sometimes your cough stays, but I felt like self-conscious about going out in public with a cough. So I kind of stayed in and I haven't had the urge to watch movies or anything like that. And, yeah, Jang texted that he wanted like to do that topic if we could, and I was like, it's now or never. I gotta go.
I mean, I could have switched. The topic.
I know, but I want to go out. Like, nope. I need to. So, while we were texting, I immediately just got in my car and took off to the movie theater. I was like, if it's now or I'm not gonna fucking watch it.
You saw it. You finished watching it before I even got to the theater. I was like, what the fuck?
I watched it. I got out of work at 3:30, and right. Before 4, I was already in the movie theater. Nice. And I I was just like, because I haven't had the urge to watch Thor either, and I need to watch that one too. I really want to. I think I'm gonna like it out of both of all three of us, because I think you didn't like it as much.
I liked it. I didn't love it.
I didn't like it.
He didn't like it. So I feel
hate it, like it,
not
love
hate.
It.
It's just
gotta
mid.
have it.
It's mid.
Those are the.
I mean, it's not. It's better than the first two.
Those are the
Thor
what
films.
is it? Cold Stone sizes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was.
It's better than the first two Thor films,
but not better than the third one.
No.
But yeah, so we'll see what happens. But that's my week.
Cool.
Comic-Con did some damage. For myself and a friend. I normally don't buy shit, but I bought Ice Cream Man and Lock and Key. Lock and Key Sandman.
This trips me out. Like I feel like the Seuss people can sue.
Maybe they can. I don't know. There's fair use is weird. I don't know, because this isn't the only time that they.
Is it the same?
Hell no, it's not.
No.
Hell no, it's not.
So only the cover is this style. Okay, that makes sense then.
So, yeah, bought 2 comic books, 2 Tamagotchis, an Xbox fridge, which I did not. It was not in my. That fridge sucks. It's not a fridge. It's a cooler. So it pretty much like cools 20 degrees cooler than the outside temperature.
What?
So it's like a weird.
So you can't make it 60. Like if it's 90, that's just only going to be like.
No. But I've always been using it on the echo mode, so it's not. I haven't done high.
Not wasting as much energy.
So yeah, and it's also like it says you can't turn it on for more than 48 hours.
So you can't just leave it plugged in 24/7.
I mean, you can. It's not recommended because it frost builds up or some shit.
Just unplug it when it starts seeing some buildup.
But
does it run Discord?
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I bought it and I was telling Vargas, like, damn, these motherfuckers are resellers and they can't sell their fucking Xbox. But then I find out that that's probably the case, but it got restocked.
Yeah.
Like you could find it at Target.
Is that what happened?
You could find it at Best Buy. And I was like, carrying around this shit for fucking fuck long.
But what's funny is, so most events that I've gone to, because we did WonderCon, I saw that as well. There's another one too. Most people sell it for $130, but you got lucky and got it for less than that. So,
one note about Comic-Con, I was telling Vargas, like, you ever see those booths that sell the mystery box.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I
That's
get-
just not for me.
I get super enticed.
I don't.
Really?
I
get
don't.
super
Why?
enticed. I've never, but I just it's like gambling. It's like, dude, I might get like in Xbox.
95%.
I might get a PS5.
Nothing.
What?
You never know. Obviously, what I mean is like the best prize that they offer. Like if they say, hey, if you buy
But it's like a
the Adventure Time,
t-shirt.
you might find the actor inside the box. You know, you never know.
But I don't know. I was telling him like, who the fuck buys? I mean, someone's buying them because they're always showing up. I'm just like, I don't get it.
Maybe they're getting them as gifts. They're like, I know they like this subject, so let me just get them this box. It's
Yeah.
a bunch of stuff.
And like all the boxes are, from my understanding, most of them like are the same. Like it's a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah. It's like surplus. Yeah. I don't
Not for me.
Yeah.
Not for me. But anyways,
It's a little for me. It's a little.
yeah, bought figures for my friend. But I can tell you that we're in a recession because things that usually sell out are not selling out. And the Tamagotchi sold out.
Really?
The
Hey, DesignerCon.
Designer Con. There was,
That's true. Next or later. This year.
but played Magic for the first time.
Oh yeah.
I always thought it was a red deck, but the way the guy described it, I guess I'm a green deck. Maybe I do both green red.
Yeah. There's a lot of different color combos.
Played Ninja Turtles collection.
I beat one of the games.
He beat one. Yeah.
So, because the thing is, it has a rewind feature. So, like, I play, get hit, rewind,
Yep.
never got hit, dude.
Yeah.
Never played all the
Saves the
bosses,
time.
get hit, rewind, never got hit, dude.
It was
So
cool.
I-
Like the amount of games that they have, I was like, in this collection, I was like, fuck, it's
a lot.
This is cool.
Nice.
And I mean, it makes it easy to, because that's what I like. I bought the Disney's collection that has like Aladdin and Lion King.
Yeah, I remember that.
Was finally able to beat Lion King because
The rewind feature.
there's a specific spot that I could never beat, and it's when you're running through the desert with all the animals, you're
Yeah.
jumping on the animals. There's a giraffe jump where you like run up his neck, you gotta
stupid.
jump off his nose, and I don't know how the jump is. I thought you had to wait to the very last second, but that's apparently that doesn't work. I don't know how the jump works, but fail, you would have to restart the whole stage over again and do it, and then once you lost all your lives, you have to start the whole entire game over again. So here, yeah, obviously I could rewind a mid jump, just got it, and then finished. Yeah,
Played Magic, and I realized I can never play draft Magic. I would have to play pre-built deck
unless
Magic.
you've played for
'Cause I don't know the
year
cards.
and memorized every card.
Yeah, and I would have to know every fucking card to make a a good synergy deck.
Which I
So-
don't think is difficult if you just continue to play. Like eventually you'll just learn.
You know how
the
many cards there are?
There's a lot.
I know, but like you
No,
did
I
pretty
didn't.
well.
I like the reasons you don't like. I kind of my cousins say I have the same grievances. He's like, I need to know more about. I'm like, it helps. I definitely think you have a leg up, and I think people do try to do that as best they can. I like the thrill of being like in that moment. I have to just identify. Oh shit, this can work, and like
Yeah.
try to and like just test myself. I like that aspect of it because I'm just like it's like improv in a way. You're like, shit, I think this will work, and then I think over time you'll start realizing the thing that I start realizing is my early game is really good. I get really good cheap cards that are effective, but I haven't been able to pick it. I'm always hesitant to pick more powerful cards because I'm worried. They're saying your minimum deck size has to be 40 in a draft. You can go over that though, but every 5 cards over 40 you go, the chances of you having a consistent win condition goes down. The variability goes up.
Slay the Spire.
And so there's usually a ratio that you want to stick to of creature cards, removal cards, this card. And I need to I feel like that would give me I feel like I'd get more out of that than I would knowing the cards in the game. Because the other factor is, even if you know the cards, there's 6 or 7 other people at the table that are picking cards. So if you don't get the good pick because someone else did, then you're like, shit, I'm stuck with shit. But if you know how to, like, you can be like, oh, there's synergy between this stuff.
And you're referring to the drafting where like everyone kind of picks a card from a deck and passes it around.
Yeah, so in the draft format is you have every person starts at the table with 3 booster packs, and you sit in a pod of 8 people usually, and you each open 1 pack. You take 1 card out of it and you pass it to the left, and after that pack completely finishes, you do that. Then you open the next pack, you pass it to the right, and you're kind of, but after that first pick, you're at the mercy of whatever is being left for you. So it's a mixture of all these factors, like what you're saying plus all the other stuff. But it does help. It goes a long way when you know what's in the set.
And I know you said that you look down on overpowered decks. I'd pick the most overpowered deck. I want this fucking dude to be fucking white clean, fucking boom, 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 bam, bada,
Teach him a
boom.
lesson for the rest of his life.
If he's new, I'll go easy, but like
I
would pick the best deck in the fucking
but
world, dude.
that's the problem with that is usually that's proportionate to price.
True.
And I have a threshold.
He's that guy that you played against. Someone was like, "Hey, I
But-
don't know this deck," and
Which
he
is weird.
stuck
I
to it already.
did look into like decks that have won championships. Some of them are mad cheap. They're not
Yeah.
that expensive. Like decks
Okay.
that have won championships, and I'm like, oh, it's not that bad.
Okay.
It's like a $60 deck and it won a championship. I was like, But yeah, I don't think I could get into Magic because we got expensive hobbies. and
Yeah.
Gaming in itself is expensive.
Too many expensive hobbies.
Yeah. Yeah. Comic-Con. Normally I would go more than one day. I just I didn't want to wait for shit. So the Tamagotchi line in the beginning was long.
Yeah.
But then when I came back, it was like a 20-minute wait. So I was like,
okay.
Keep it down for the One Piece one.
I mean, it's easy to find.
Probably.
But it's weird, like, shit like, I mean, it's smart. There's a R2-D2 Tamagotchi Star Wars one, sold out. And I'm like, damn, you can buy this outside of Comic-Con.
Yeah.
But it's just smart because it's Comic-Con and
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, we'll bank on it.
Xbox fridge. Buy it.
They got me. Played Street Fighter 6.
What'd you think?
Played Street. It
It's
was
okay.
weird. Yeah.
It feels exactly like the last game.
I don't think
Did
it
you
is.
guys play each other?
Yeah.
I played pros.
Like you got wrecked.
Every time I went in line, because the day I went was on one of the days where there was a smaller crowd. And was the line long for you guys or no?
So we
Because you guys went on Saturday.
on Saturday we went towards the end of the day to pick up some stuff we were wanting to pick up and not carry around. And then as we were walking around, I jokingly was like, let's do it. And then since we saw the line was like nearly empty, so he's like, let's do it. And I'm like, oh, okay, I was just joking, but yeah, let's do it. And then so that's
Damn.
what
Okay, then yeah, that line seemed to be then it must have been always short because what happened to me was I went that day and the people I got like it was like single rider, so it's like we need to pair with another solo person, they what are you doing?
playing with a cat. I want him to attack.
Every time I went with another solo person, they were like, I played this 5 times. I play FGC like competitively, and I'm like, I like fighting games.
I don't want to get obliterated.
Best of luck. I was trying to be a good sport. I'm like, best of luck to you, and he's like,
Yeah.
and it was always on an arcade pad. I'm like, whatever, I'll
Juggles you.
play what's available because I just wanted to play.
Yeah.
And then I played Ryu, Chun-Li, and Luke.
Okay.
What did you guys play?
I played Luke and the other guy, the two
drunk
new
guy?
guys. Yeah.
Drunk guy Ryu.
What did you get? So after sharing that, what did you guys think of it? You said-
Ryu's cool.
but the game as a whole, you guys.
It felt like what Street Fighter
I think
5
it's
is
different.
now.
I felt like it felt different. It felt heavy, slow and heavy.
With yeah, Chun-Li is really good. I like.
Always has been. Shit.
No, in 5 she was not. She was like low or for a long. At least in the earlier time of it, like people were like, "Damn, they fucking nerfed her into the ground," or they buffed other people.
They nerfed the fuck out of Nash.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit. That's the worst nerf, dude. Holy fuck.
Wow. That's fun.
Armika got nerfed too. But
I had
yeah,
a good time with it.
it was cool. Business class on the way back, snacks.
But still looking forward to the Riot Fighter game
Yeah.
from what they showed way back
The
when.
trailers and
Yeah,
stuff.
it looks fucking good.
Not multiverses.
I haven't even. I put someone on for a few hours and I got the like early copy of the demo or whatever, and I never even tried it.
Okay.
And the one thing I wanted from Comic-Con sold out,
What
which I thought would be the thing that wouldn't fucking sell out. It was a Silent Hill 2 ending shirt, dog ending. There's a joke ending where a dog's like with the microphone like that's a Silent Hill 2 ending. It's called the dog ending, and that shirt got sold out. And it was funny because when I went there, the guy's like, "Oh, dude, you have a really cool." He's Japanese, so you have a really cool shirt, Elden Ring. I was like, fuck.
Is it the same guy who also commented on your Evangelion
No, that's the
Tamagotchi? That's
Tamagotchi guy that worked. He saw my Tamagotchi.
Oh,
He's
nice,
like, is
nice.
that Tamagotchi? He's like, yeah. He's like, is that the Evangelion one? He's like,
The
yeah.
Evangelion Tamagotchi sucks.
Dang.
I hit third impact. So it shows like an explosion with the cross.
Damn.
I killed my Tamagotchi.
Dude, we did miss opportunities because you pointed out the Final Fantasy statue, bro. Like one of the a TikTok came up
Yeah.
with that, and I'm like, I saw that shit, and it had like it was just a pan of that statue,
But it's
and it got
more
like
than that.
14,000.
Is that fuck account?
I mean,
probably
of
does
course,
a
of
lot.
course, and then obviously the Yoda, like the
The
ends
baby
up
Yoda?
being it's a lot more than $3,000.
Oh shit.
I don't know where I heard
It's like
3,000.
100,000, right?
Yeah,
Damn.
it's
It's
like 300
100,000?
or like it's either 100,000 or 300,000 or something like that. But it looks fucking good. It looks fucking good.
Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, shirt. So I'm like, I still wanted a shirt, so I went to their website. Supposedly, I didn't pay for it. I put in, whatever, click on continue. They're gonna send me an invoice for the shipping from Japan. So at that point, I'm just like, damn, do I really like this? Is such a hassle, but I'm still waiting for that the shipping invoice to come to me.
Just find it on any Amazon website and then do the Japanese website and do the you figured out that freight forwarding thing or whatever.
yeah, it'd probably be the same price because they only take like a $5 commission on.
Okay.
Dude, I don't know how that shirt got sold out. I'm like, Silent Hill 2 is popular. It's not that.
It was that limited. Like the stock was so low. They're
Jeez,
like, let's
10
just bring
shirts.
5 shirts.
two an extra large. You're good.
Yeah, I felt like it wasn't that busy this
Yeah.
year. It was weird.
It was. I agree. I think it was not as busy as prior years, but I haven't been in as crowd as busy or as large of a crowd as that in a while. I think.
I'm
So
glad
that
it
was
wasn't.
kind of just like,
I'm glad it wasn't hot that day, or
Oh,
like
yeah.
too hot.
yeah.
Yeah.
I got sunburnt though on Friday. I was outside the whole day. I didn't wear sunscreen.
You were Keith.
Yeah.
Disappointed with Nintendo.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Did you check it out?
It was just like a gazebo with like 4 games, and it's like all the
Four
all the games that have already come out. It wasn't even like Splatoon or I don't know,
Nothing
whatever
new.
else.
Yeah,
Advanced
they've done
Wars.
it when they've been in the what was it
The hotel, the Marriott.
the Marriott. Yeah, they do such a good job, but what the hell happened?
They probably were like,
And they even promoted
they-
it as its own event. Like they've never done that with the other ones.
yeah, this is like a part of a traveling thing that they do, which is usually like in a mall area or like a big part of like, I don't know, Santa Monica Boulevard or I don't know, something like that.
Monster Hunter Caravan.
Yeah.
But that was better, way better. They're selling merch and shit.
And they got places to chill
Yeah.
that look like part of the whole vibe for Monster Hunter.
Yeah, and then just watch Nope on Sunday. And then no shows. But no reactions, no streams. I'm like streaming once a week. Like weekends is when I stream. I'm so tired from work. Just reading fucking contracts.
You get YouTube viewers go into your stream and be like, "Where the fuck is there?"
Yeah, someone actually said something. I forgot what they said.
Was it you?
No.
Burner account?
Burner account.
Someone's like, what happened? What happened or something? And I was like,
And
oh,
you're like, "Oh
shit.
shit!"
Tomorrow. I always say Sunday, but we'll see what happens.
Any panels? You guys got any?
Shit, my fucking co-actor was in a panel.
Yeah.
I was tripping out. And I was like, I don't know him too well. I mean, we've been in a couple scenes, but the director, he like tagged me. He's like, hey, Chuck's on a panel. I was like, oh. He does audiobooks now. He does it.
shit.
He was in a movie with Michelle Pfeiffer a long time ago, but now he just does audiobook,
I
like
should
really popular audiobooks.
Nice.
I feel like I should try audiobooks
Try it.
or voice acting.
To work them. Not to listen to them.
Yeah, work.
Oh.
Yeah.
Isn't there's a TikTok that shows a website on?
Yeah.
I forgot. I didn't save the. I think I sent it to Beetle once.
So I just read a book out loud and
You have to send some voice clips.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then put your work out there and say what you're interested in. and
Because
then-
I've had the earliest I've ever had was when I worked at Disney. I was working at Tomorrowland, and this older lady was like, "Have you ever thought about doing podcasts? Your voice is so soothing." And I'm like, "The fuck." I've never been complimented with my voice.
Hola.
And so I started thinking, I'm like, do I
Senor
have, is
Marmola.
my voice sexy? Like I started getting a big head, you know? It was just like, damn.
The egos. Like, what else do you think? Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Work. I plan on streaming Silent Hill 2, but we'll see. I'm pretty sure I am.
Okay.
After this.
Yeah, for me, Comic-Con, this is the most I've ever been to it. I had the whole weekend, preview night, and then what was it, Thursday, Friday,
But you
Saturday?
didn't do every day.
I did 4 days, I did it with preview night. I didn't do the Sunday. I was like, I'm fucking.
And preview was chill, I'm assuming. Like, I mean, like,
It's
busy-wise, it wasn't super busy.
Thursday was better.
Really?
Yeah, preview night, the reason I thought initially, and I'm glad I checked, because I initially thought it's the whole day. It's like a regular day. And I checked, because I booked the first train out for that day. I was like,
Starts at like 4 or something.
starts at 6.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it starts late.
And the line for it crowds up at 5. And so they're in that upstairs where you're getting like your bag and your whatever. They were just amassing. And so I'm like, I'm chilling. I saw some friends there. We were walking around the downtown area just to like kill time before we could actually go in, because I was like, I want to go in. And I thought it'd be like the most empty night of the thing. That line went from there. It filled up. It went all the way from, it's around the midpoint of the convention in the upper area. So it fills up, goes all the way to H, which is the one end of it, goes all the way around it, goes all the way around to the other side. And like, they just had us kind of do this, like, it felt like an escape room. Because I was like, I don't know where I'm going anymore. I've already been here. Why am I here? And by the time I was actually inside the exhibitors hall, which was the only thing that's open on preview night, it was like 6:45. And I'm like, I have 3 football fields worth of this that I want to like check out. And it wasn't that empty. Like, it was more empty on Thursday. So I'm like, what did I really get? And I drove that day, and I shouldn't have drove. But I mean,
The only reason I feel like to go to preview night is to buy shit first.
yeah, and
That's
the thing was, the sellers, most of the ones I was interested were still setting their shit up. They're like, we got some of our stock up, but not all of it. So like, I was looking through a wide variety of things. I'm like, would you have this? He's like, we might, but come back tomorrow.
You know what's funny? If I went on preview night, I would have not bought the shirt because I'm like, yeah, it'll be here on Thursday.
Well, I was thinking I should buy stuff because that was the only day I had my car. So I'm like, okay, if I get anything bulky or heavy, I have my car. Other days I'm on train, I'm just got my backpack. I barely buy anything. I bought a few little things. The most packed my backpack was on Saturday. And I'll explain that. But so I looked at it, and I was like, it was cool for the experience because a lot of the photo ops were really easy to do, but half of them weren't even set up yet. So that was the other. It's like, is this preview night, or is this like
Opening,
set up night? Because it felt like still
you
set
start
up.
like helping them out.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, man, hurry up.
And then I was like, yeah, okay, I bounced. And so Thursday was cool. Thursday I liked a lot. Friday I wasn't inside, so we were just outside. Me, Unicorn Rainbow Ship, and Dractyl. It was fun. We checked out a lot of the downtown area. And then Thursday I was looking at some of the stuff, but I met up with my brother, and then that was the first time I did the Magic stuff. And I went to that area, and that was going on in the Marriott Hotel, which it usually does, but in a different part of it than where the Nintendo stuff usually is.
Heard someone's wanted. The mats.
Oh, I mean they're trying to just get rid of surplus, you know. So I go into the Magic area, and like, you sign up for like leagues or mat tournaments, or you just join casual open play. And I first sit down, and I'm like waiting, and I'm like, well, the next tournament I want to join is like way later, so I'll just see if I can find a table. You know, hopefully no one's awkward, or like, I don't know what the competitiveness is.
I think there was a guy that was trying to be your friend, and you weren't having it.
Yeah.
Did you notice?
No.
There was a dude in our table. Okay, I won't say much more. But I was like, I think he was trying to like get into the conversation.
Yeah.
Like, Karosh was like, iron wall, like, back. I'm not having it. I was like, shit.
There was enough people earlier in the days on like Thursday before Saturday where I was like, I don't want to be involved in this anymore.
And I kept on joking that was the guy that lowballed Kuroshi.
Oh, yeah.
He was trying to sell a card.
That was the other thing was on
$40. No, so 20.
On preview night, I went. Yeah, they tried to. I went and I knew the value of some stuff, and they kind of gave me mostly low ball. I'm like, okay, whatever. But this one, I was like, I'm willing to do. And he gave me one number, and then quickly just changed that number when he was like, okay, that'll be this one. I'm like, that's not what you said. He's like, yeah, it is. I'm like, okay, sorry, I'm good, bye. But yeah, I go to the Magic area. Some guy's like, hey, you want to play? I'm like, okay. And when you join that area, they gave you the organizers give you like a free start, like a intro deck, like not intro, but like here's a deck that's already made. Just go play with it, but it's at a base level. Like, and those base levels can range from like really easy to challenging. Like they're good. But you need to. I don't know this deck. I didn't know anything in it, so I'm just sitting there half of the game. Not even. I have no sleeves on me, nothing. So I'm just like
raw dogging it.
Yeah, raw. And I'm like, what does this card do? What does that do? Everything I'm just reading. And this guy's just like, you want to play? I'm like, okay. And I thought he'd have the same thing, even though he looks like he knows Magic. I'm like, he'll just play with his free deck. And he's like, you mind if I play with this deck? I'm like, sure, okay. He just starts like poker style, like. All right.
Quick question: when they shuffle, do you have to cut?
It's etiquette.
You should. Fuck that.
When
dude.
it's in person, so like I do online, and like I'll just cut it myself. But
No.
But
I do the cutting.
But no, I mean like when
it's
it's online with like the cameras.
Oh
and
yeah.
stuff. That's the only time I cut it myself. Every other time I insist you cut it because I don't want any call for foul play. And I usually I'm like, can I cut your deck?
They're like, are you sure? Okay, bust out a knife. No.
But yeah,
it's a cake. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah. Is it real or is it cake? Fuck.
And I start literally first turn, puts a mana down, plays a card, taps that card, puts 5 more cards on the table. I'm like,
You got Yu-Gi-Oh. Draw 3 cards, discard the rest.
I warned him. I'm like, look, I'm playing with this deck. It seemed like that was the etiquette. He's like, okay. I'm like, I didn't understand he beat me in like 3 times. I'm like, I'm defenseless. He just kept hitting me. I'm like, is this fun?
Maybe
like,
he just assumes everyone is at his level, so he's like, even a brand new deck would be fine.
That's me.
I just
that's what I was joking. I was saying that's.
I told him, I was like, I have another deck. I brought my own. Can I play with that one? I feel like it'll be at least a better chance. I'm like, that was pretty tough. So I don't know how mine will do, but I think it'll do better than this because I had no. So I bring out my other deck, and in a few turns, not in the best turns, but in a few turns, I had a force. I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for him to just show the next phase of his torment. Nothing happened. I'm like, hit. And I hit him even harder the third time. 4th time I hit him. And then I'm like, okay, I'm just waiting for something bad to happen. And he's like, oh, you kill me. I was like, yeah, let's fucking go.
Fucking wrecked it.
I'm like, okay. And then his friend joins the table. And then this other rando joins the table. And then I was like, oh, this will be like an actual, because these games are typically intended for 4 people. And so I'm like, okay, this is going to be a real test. Just play cool, be cool.
And this is Commander?
Yeah, Commander, which is the 4-player mode. Usually, like, any of the prior formats are all 1v1. And so we're playing, and I'm playing okay. I'm not, like, being mean to anyone or anything. But the one guy, the etiquette I don't like is, one of the guys was just, like, talking to people the whole time. And I'm like, what? I don't even know. What did you play? And and then he's like, is it my turn? And then he just does something, and he's like, yeah. And I'm like, man, are we even playing? Like, this is dumb. But the other guy was cool, and he gave me some ideas, and his ideas were really good.
See, I would have been like, well, us 2, take him out.
Yeah. No, that guy like had an infinite combo, and if it wasn't for one of the other people blocking it, I was like, that would have been game right there. What the fuck? Like, you guys are at another level. And these cards that they're playing, they're like, yeah, this is an $800 card.
Sheesh.
I'm like, what? Why?
Supreme jacket. Flex.
You like the flex. Yeah. And so I didn't lose, but in terms of like, because people just had that guy that had the infinite combo had a card where it's like, if this happens, I win. And he created the conditions and made it happen. I was like,
shit.
Exodius.
Okay, sure. But at the table, I did the most damage. I was like, all right, I feel like I held my own. I did okay.
I feel like at the end of Valor, it's like most damage done.
Yeah.
You're Kurosh.
Well, I was just like, I just want to see if I can hold my own. Because mostly I'm just playing with my brother and my cousin. We're in our own little bubble. I want to see how I cut it.
And you guys learned a lot when you guys played with each other. Because you guys would, like, talk about,
reading.
like, what is this card? Like, it says it handles this stuff, and you guys like debated like what does that mean? Like what are we counting it as?
It's so many because we're like, does that supersede this
Yeah,
existing
exactly.
rule, or does that overrule it, or how does that interact with this? There's so many.
And the thing is, like, so me and him did the whole
the tutorial.
tutorial thing, but I was like, imagine if we do get into a game, and I'm over here going like, I have this thing that says a monster and like a land or something, and I don't know, I just felt
If
overwhelmed.
I'm with people I know, I feel like that's a better space to do that.
Yeah.
When I'm with strangers, I'm like, I just want to play what I know, because then I don't have to. I can just be like, I know how this plays.
Yeah.
Playing it made me realize, because you said some games take long, and I'm like, the way he explained the rules, I'm like, damn, shit stacks up real quick. It's probably slow in the beginning, but it's gonna end soon.
Yeah,
But
when
turns go faster, but the game's slower at the beginning.
Okay.
But then as you go, you're like, my thing triggers. Oh, you're like, I do this.
Yeah,
and it was like,
'cause
where does that fall in the stack, and how does that interfere?
Your
with
mana pool gets so big, it's just like, holy shit.
And that's one of the cool things, because you keep using that. Where I remember in Pokemon,
Oh, they go away.
If you use the stuff, it goes away, and so you have to just have a shit ton of fucking mana in your.
Or ways to reuse it, because there's things that create it creates
a creature that creates mana.
Yeah, stuff
Taps.
like that. Or like you create token mana. Like when I do this, I generate new mana that I could then use whenever I want. And
But
you're like,
that stuff goes away after a use.
yeah.
Okay.
But you have generators of it. So
Gotcha.
you're like, there's so many ways that this game can play out. Like I just learned there's a deck where it doesn't even use creatures. Or I just made a deck that I give my creatures to my
you
friend.
did
I
that?
used it and they hated me. But I'm
parasitic
like,
one?
it's not that bad. It's just annoying
Yeah.
because
I know. Oh,
good.
Go ahead.
no, it was
I
just
know-
like it was annoying.
You mentioned like the overpowered deck and end in 3 turns is annoying. I would find a white deck slowly just eating at you. More fucking disrespectful. Just,
That's what my cousin does. He has a mushroom. He has a fungus deck, and what he does is it's a fungus. It's like the Korok, the Maraca
The
guy.
seeds. Oh,
And-
that would just be a kill me. Just kill me quick. Dude. Fucking.
So he creates little Pikmin, like these little one tiny things. But his captain is like, whenever one of those dies, he gains a life, and you lose. All the other opponents lose a life.
Oh, wow.
So he just generates like 30 of them, and then he's like, I sack them all, and then we just die because of that effect.
and he gets 30 extra health.
Yeah, and we're dead. Like it doesn't even matter what I have on the field. I could have dragons, whatever. He's just like, I suck your life out. Like, that's it.
No, thank you.
The thing that annoys people is two things. I think these are people that people are like, oh man, you want to be hated. One is countering. Countering means like when you try to play something, you just deny it. You're like, throw that in the graveyard. You don't even get to play what you wanted to play. The second thing is most people go for like cards juice. Most people go for cards that will destroy creatures or other things. They never target your land usually. There are cards that destroy your land, another person's land, and people are like, that's disrespectful.
That
I
could
know
be
why
OP.
that's annoying because that's one of the reasons why. Well, what I heard in analysis of Overwatch is like Overwatch was cool until you could control players, and this
Blue.
it got annoying
Yeah.
after that. Overwatch.
People have a harder time, or they get tilted quicker against the control player. And the guy that I was playing initially that just beat me, he switched to a deck that I like to play, but he tweaked it in a different way, and it's a control thing. And he's just like, whenever I do this, you guys have to just discard cards from the top of your deck. And he's like, when you're playing a 4-player game, this can go on infinitely depending on what everyone draws. And he's like, by the end of the game, I only had 10 cards left. And then that other guy did the combo that instant win. I'm like, you two are crazy.
That's why blue is nope.
Yeah. So I played Magic then, and then I did another draft on Saturday. I did multiple games. Man, the second, so we did the regular draft, and that was fun. And I went, it's not like a tournament where you go up to one winner. It's just you try to win 3 games. If you can win 3 games, you win, like overall or in the thing. But I won 2 games, and then I lost the third.
Do they give you a bonus for winning 3 games?
Yeah, you get like extra tokens or a pack or something. And I got some really good cards. Like I sold some of them for like $50-$60.
Damn.
I was like,
I should have just
The
done
one
it
thing I
just
wanted
to
say is
get
the
packs.
amount of wasted shit in that thing.
yeah.
Because I hung out with you for a while,
saw
and
that?
like, Damn, dude. So like
Recycle.
with the deck stuff, I understand that like you might like not everyone might get enough land, so they had a shit ton of just lands.
Yeah, that's
like,
just
that
for
you could
use for everyone.
exactly. But I mean like.
But when people open stuff and then they just toss their own stuff.
And like at some point when you were doing one of the tournaments, there's a guy who like he was looking at his cards and he just started like looking at them in the trash, in the trash. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, I regretted doing a second thing, but I wanted to do it because my brother doesn't buy extra cards. He just has his deck, and he's like, I don't have anything to tweak it with. So I was like, this might be good for you. And it was $100, and you get a 36 booster
You
pack.
thought 6.
I thought just 6. It was 36 booster packs. And you have an hour to open all of them, to sort them, and to make a 40 card. It was exhausting. I never want to do that again, unless it's a really good set and I just want to take those cards.
Yeah.
But I was like, after the 5th, I was like, I felt like a drug peddler. I'm just sitting there, just like we're all sitting there, like. One guy though he was reading every single card. He didn't finish. He just grabbed a bunch of cards and just was like, "This is my deck," and he lost. And I was like, "Oh man,
might as well." I played. I should have just played.
You would have beat him.
Shit.
And you can put in that tournament and I think in any draft. I may be wrong, but the minimum you can put multiples of cards. In Commander, you can only put one of every card type. In this draft stuff, you can put as many of a certain type of card. And when we did that 40, the big box thing, I put like 6 cards that were just like insta killer cards.
Oh, nice.
So I play people. I was just like kill. I'm like, you sensing a theme? Kill. Shit. It was funny. But played. It was fun.
Your brother won his last match?
Yeah. Well, the funny thing was, his first game, he didn't know what to make. He's like, I don't. And he played the guy, and the guy's like, we got some time. Let me see what you got. And he's like, I'm gonna help you make a deck kind of like my deck, and then you should do a lot better than. And he helps him. And then the second game he went toe to toe, but he lost. And then the third game he won. He's like, I liked it, but I feel like the part of me is I wanted to learn how to make a deck and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I think he didn't do the regular draft. I'm like, you should.
Did you regret not going earlier, or did you go when it opened up?
I went when it opened up. The thing was, the draft I went in, and this is the one, the value of those cards is high. It's in demand right now because those packs, people are buying them above retail and selling them above retail because this is all highly sought after cards. So people are just playing just for the value. I wanted to play because it's the only like just regular draft, and I wanted to do drafts. So I had to not go into an event before it because this had a line.
It would have
for
ran
it,
over, yeah.
And you had to get there in time for the line. There's 60 people that joined, and
you almost missed it.
I almost because I was sitting at the front of the register window thinking that's where they would line up when they told me that they were around the corner just like sitting on the floor.
The wall,
and I'm like, what the. I heard someone yelling, and I was like, "Are you guys all lined up?" I was like, "Wait, what's going on over there?"
Shit.
And then Vargas was like, "Oh shit, yeah." And then we walked over there, and I got in, and they're like, 60.
Yeah, he had the guy kept counting, and people were like, "Oh, our buddy over there is also." He's like, "No," he's like, "I'm counting who's in line, and I'm keeping it like." He's like, "I'm not gonna keep changing it up." He's like, "I'm keeping it the way it is," and then his friend's like putting everything together and just trying to get into the line.
It was okay. I feel like Comic-Con was like an intensity of it. And you get a different crowd. I feel like you go to a local game store, you get whatever.
It's chill.
It's a more chill vibe, or whatever that store like. There's like a regular crew of it.
I'm waiting for you to get to the next level. Weekly Frankincense.
No,
Let's go. Let's go.
You can do monthly. Start slow.
It's crazy. I saw a TikTok where this girl Pokemon card, and I don't know why, booster pack. She bends it in half for the shits and giggles. She opens it and she's going through it. There's a Charizard, $20,000
bent.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's not worth the.
It's for the clout. Yeah.
Nope.
Logan Paul.
No, there's a couple of game stores around here that I'm like, oh, I want to see when they have tournaments and stuff. But when we go to PAX, that's the weekend the next set comes out. And usually when a set just releases, they do a bunch of like tournaments.
I'll be there at the beginner's lounge again. I don't know how to play.
You don't want to do a draft?
I don't know how to play.
Wreck everybody.
I don't know how that crowd will be, but that'll be fun. So I did a lot of Magic, and then, Comic-Con. Watched Nope, and did some of the podcast changing. And One Piece is phenomenal right now. I thought you guys. I know we talked about like me watching it weekly is gonna. It feels good still. I'm just like I just check in on a little bit of info. Cool. Feels good. I can do other stuff now. I don't have to be like 40 episodes.
I've been seeing this go viral, but supposedly the Chainsaw Man credits, the people working on it are like legit.
Mm-hmm.
People are going nuts over it. I don't recognize.
I thought it was the crew that did the Attack on Titan stuff.
Yeah, but then I guess there's specific individuals, like some guy from Jujutsu Kaisen working on it, and it's just like, damn, this is gonna be legit.
Yeah, this is later this year.
Too legit.
I think.
Too
Yeah.
legit.
I know a spoiler, which is I think it looks cool. It's a
Okay.
weapon, but I'm not gonna say much.
A chainsaw.
No. It's not a chainsaw. There's a weapon and there's a character.
Okay.
I was like, oh, it's pretty cool. It's very interesting.
Character is a man.
I won't
Weapon
watch
is
it.
a chainsaw.
Spike's family soon. I keep on saying it.
Yeah.
Spike Spiegel.
No, what's soon is
Sandman.
Sandman.
I'm gonna do a Discord stream showing the first episode. Got an early invite
You
link.
should make a VIP list. Be like first.
I don't think
people-
anyone's gonna show up, but whatever.
Yeah, I think that's. I'm trying to think. That's everything. You guys want to get into topics?
Yes.
So we've been talking about Comic-Con a lot.
Yes.
A lot of things happen at Comic-Con.
Yes.
I want to talk about those things. I think
Yes.
we could start with the Marvel stuff. Does that sound good? Or do you want to go any other big announcements?
What we like,
Let's
and
start
then
with DC first. 'Cause
I
they're
mean,
shitty.
okay, we're
and
done.
And then we'll do Marvel. Yeah. DC, nothing. Okay, all right, Marvel.
What DC stuff was there? I don't even remember.
The
They
Rock?
showed Shazam, Black
Yeah,
Adam.
Shazam. Or Black Adam, I mean.
Oh yeah, his intro. He came in electrifying.
During the House of Dragons, some guy was like, "It's Morbin time," to Matt Smith.
Oh yeah.
Matt was like, "What?"
What is that?
It was a movie.
I don't know anything else that was DC. There was those.
No Justice League.
No. I think after that though, this week Aquaman 2 is supposed to have Ben Affleck in it. No one knows what's gonna go on with the Flash movie.
Amber Heard coming back.
That other Rock property came out, the Super Pets.
They're
Keanu
aiming
Reeves is
for
Batman.
they're aiming for a 23 mil opening.
The Rock bought his mom a house. And Kevin Hart.
Finally. About time. Okay, non-Marvel news. Anything else on that front? Because I think one of them was the D&D movie.
Yeah, that one's cool.
I think it's gonna be good.
I think it'll be good.
I don't-
It made me think of like
Mid.
It's
I
from
think
the
it's gonna be
Spider-Man writers,
Which
dude.
honestly is
Yeah.
fine with me.
Homecoming. So I'm like, holy shit, this might be good.
The tone of that trailer made me think of like, you know how most of fantasy properties nowadays are like immersive in that fantasy world. They're like the tone of the music, the tone of the story. This felt like earlier years where like we're gonna put like some crazy action song and we're gonna go, and that's what it had. Like Michelle Rodriguez is a barbarian,
Chris
Hugh
Pine.
Grant, Chris Pine is the
Bard.
bard, the druid, and all that stuff. I was like, all right, yeah, it could be a fun time. I don't think it'll be like faithful to like what D&D is, but it'll be just fun, I hope. So
Someone was saying they should make it like that, but at the very end, it's like a celebrity game. So it's the actual Chris Pine.
All
and
the actors
the
just
show.
That'd be
like,
funny. And that's
They're like arguing and like.
I hope they have like they shout out to the community that has made D&D, like the Critical Role folks, like if they make cameo roles and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be cool.
I wonder if they'll do things where it's like, I'll go for a critical role.
Natural 20, what?
Yeah, that's where I'm like, I don't know. It might be like Easter eggs or like
Yeah.
references or something. We gotta take the
House
initiative.
of Dragons? Don't care for it.
No,
I didn't see it.
I don't have. I'm going in with no expectations, but I feel like there's a possible. It could be an entertaining show.
I'm just saying that, Game of Thrones was pretty exciting, except the last season. And it was pretty good, but the shit that happened, the history of Westeros and all that, is way more exciting than the shit that happens in Game of Thrones, I think.
And so isn't this in that?
Yeah, that's that. So, but even with that, I'm just not interested.
Okay.
We'll see. I mean, I might watch it.
Yeah, I think I'm curious, but yeah, not like stoked.
The concept, but you're thinking the execution didn't happen.
Well, it's not D&D, so Dumb and Dumber. God.
I don't, even looking at that first season, I think like it didn't have the same. Like it was like I'm trying to remember how it was because people were like, okay, the budget looks low. It's just kind of what they're just talking, a lot of politicking, and then the end is grabbed a lot of people, and then that's when it started going mainstream. It was like people were like, oh shit,
They're not scared to take out the main character.
And then reactions to that, and then it went up, and I think second season kind of cemented it in more mainstream space, maybe. I don't know.
I know there's like when they started showing like the full dragons is when like the budget was huge because there's scenes where they show that just like the dragon taking out an army and it's just like this scene alone was like $3 million or some shit.
What else was there? There was the Lord of the Rings show. I don't have high hopes.
Really?
No. Shit. It looks over CG for me.
Okay.
And I'm hesitant because they showed
Sauron.
Oh yeah, people were
that
talking
kid.
shit. Yeah.
I was like,
but that's like him as a child. The guy like he like Sauron was a human being.
I don't know if I need to see that.
And maybe in the context you'll be like, you know what? I did need to see that.
Maybe I'm hesitant. I'm very hesitant.
That's an expensive show.
Yeah, it's very expensive. I feel
it
like
looks cheap.
We got this property. Let's just pump and like. I don't know.
Amazon Paper Girls. I could care less.
I wish the boys had a panel at Comic-Con just to like talk about just to like be like, hey, we're here. Let's do a fun panel. I feel like they.
But it had just finished, huh?
Yeah, and that's why I'm like they could have just been out having fun and not so much promoting. What else besides Marvel? I had some other
Netflix.
D&D. That's Marvel. Oh yeah, Rick and Michonne. They're getting their own. Their movies have been reworked into a limited series.
I could care less. Walking Dead is on its final legs.
Moderator Chris Hardwick brought some surprising news. Does that sound fit?
That's the name I haven't heard that at all.
It's a legend. Is he legend, Chris Hardwick?
Yeah, I don't care.
Me neither.
Well, I haven't cared about. I'm like that show's
Isn't this season it's on in the last season?
They
or
have
is it the
spin-off
next one?
shows
Yeah.
of the Walking.
Yeah, like Rick and Michonne.
Rick and Morty. No, there's another one too. Like I forget, but
Fear the Walking Dead.
yeah, and then I think there's a third one. It's a whole franchise
Don't
now.
fear the
The
Walking
cinematic walking universe.
And I always mention it, but the ending, the last comic book of Walking Dead, fantastic. It's so fucking realistic.
But
If
the show's not going to end like
if
that.
I think it will. It could.
Okay.
But Rick is dead, and
In the comics.
in the comic book, he's alive. So,
It's not going to happen.
This show might
but
change.
the way they handle Negan,
Yeah.
fucking realistic. Way they handle the zombies, that like, oh man, it's so fucking realistic.
In the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so realistic.
Yeah. He's different. Yeah.
I'm excited for Sandman.
Oh yeah.
Cass was there, no signing. I would have done a lottery if they had a signing, but it's weird because I think the show might not be good, and then I'll see something, and I'm like, oh shit, they're gonna show that episode. I was like, yeah, it might be good. Like I don't know how you fuck it up, but I look at Lock and Key.
Netflix.
Yeah, I don't know how you fuck it up. That's the thing.
Looks interesting.
And the guy who, Gilmore Girls, he does Gilmore Girls. He said what it's about. It's about a honest, beloved king who learns how to who learns how to become a loving father, a loving brother, and a loving something else. And I'm like, kinda, because he does this.
Do you think the actor they have for
He's good.
is good?
Yeah, I don't know his acting chops, but the look wise, yes.
Okay.
And
It's someone I've never seen before. That's why I was like,
With like the messy
we've all played Hades.
Mm-hmm.
There's a guy in there, Orpheus, Greek, and Eurydice. Goes to hell because his wife is dead, but he sings his way into hell. He wants his wife back, so he's Hades is like, yeah, your wife. There's gonna be a condition. Your wife will come back to you but you have to leave hell. You cannot turn back at once at all.
Like,
if you
look
turn
back.
back, your wife's
She's stuck
gone.
here.
So he's going up the stairs and he doesn't hear anything behind. He's like, fuck. He's like, Orpheus is like, he fucking tricked me. He fucking tricked me. The very end, he's at the exit, looks back. His wife was there the whole time, gone to hell forever. But in Hades, they expanded and they reunite again. But they talk about Morpheus is his dad.
Yeah.
And fuck, dude. Man, he treats his son like shit. But it's about doing what's right after you realize you've made a lot of mistakes in your life.
Morpheus is the main character in Sandman.
Yes.
And Morpheus is Sandman.
He's the king of dreams.
Okay.
Mr. Sandman.
A lot of Greek mythology is in it.
So Sandman doesn't make you go to sleep. He just makes you dream when you're sleeping.
It's complicated. He doesn't make you dream, but so the basic story is he gets imprisoned. This is not spoilers because it's in the first episode. He gets imprisoned and he's stuck there for 100 years.
It's Morpheus.
And he gets out. He's freed again. The guy imprisoned, he was trying to imprison Death because he wanted to live forever, and he accidentally trapped Morpheus and not Death.
Who imprisoned Death?
This magician, dark magician, played by Charles Dance.
Oh, okay, Tywin.
Yeah, so he accidentally imprisons Morpheus for 100 years. Morpheus gets about fucking. His kingdom the kingdom of dreams gets fucking destroyed, and that's how it starts. But then, when he's stuck for 100 years, he realizes, holy shit, I fucked up a lot of things.
And he realized like his son as well.
Because he's a very proud god.
Yeah.
So he's like, I made a lot of mistakes, and I need to fix everything.
Is his son included in one of those?
Yes.
Cool.
I'm fucking stoked. I'm scared and stoked.
Just be careful of the hype.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to get into the Marvel stuff?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
So part of this topic. So I put up. It's gonna come up in like 10 seconds. But Phase 4. They've like listed out what was Phase 4.
Which is ending with Black Panther?
Black Panther will be the end of Phase 4.
Okay. And that's the last thing coming out right now?
That's the next thing.
Okay.
So Phase 4 was Black Widow, the Falcon and Winter Soldier show, Eternals, the film, Shang-Chi, The Legend of the Ten Rings, WandaVision, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Loki, the What If series, Hawkeye, and Thor.
So would you guys say Phase 4 weakest phase so far?
Yeah. Easy.
But it's had bangers like Loki. I really fucking
Why
enjoyed.
isn't Miss Marvel and
Phase
Moon Knight in
Because it's still going to continue after Phase 4 maybe?
No, it should be part of Phase 4.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, this was on the thing. So those and then Wakanda will be the next thing. Will be the final thing to cap it off. So you're saying, is this the weakest? I don't remember what Phase 2 was. I feel like that has a potential for being...
Thor.
Well, I didn't like Ultron, Age of Ultron.
Yeah. This would.
I didn't like Iron Man 2. I didn't like Thor 2.
So is Phase 1 include like the original Iron Man included in that?
Yes.
But they didn't. They didn't think of like all these phases when like Iron Man 1 was out. They were just hoping things would go well.
I don't think they had it as clearly defined for audiences, but I think it's like it caps with everything before Avengers was Phase 1, I think.
Okay.
Right? The first Avengers film? So Phase 2. Okay, we got Iron Man. Oh, wait. What the
Winter Soldier was in Phase 2.
Guardians was in Phase 2. And
So
Ant-Man.
Phase 2.
Phase 2 is pretty good.
Phase 2 is.
I mean,
It had good ones.
there's some stinkers, but
Well, would you say that's the same here?
Yeah.
I feel like there's more films and content in this, but I feel like with more things, there's more stinkers. I think most of it's either meh or bad. Like, I like Falcon Winter Soldier. I like Shang-Chi. WandaVision. Loki. Loki's probably my favorite thing out of all this.
I'm excited for more Loki.
But, yeah, it's
I
whatever.
watched none of the shows. If I were to watch the shows, it would probably be Loki, Miss Marvel,
WandaVision?
and WandaVision. But everything else, they killed Hawkeye. What the fuck, man? And I'm gonna call it out, dude. You know who said it was good? Fucking 2 hit good. That shit is. Dude, I didn't watch Hawkeye, but man, they fucking
You know what else is good?
butchered
Stranger
the
Things.
fucking show, dude. I'm fucking upset. I'm legit. I would, when people ask me, what should I read? What should I read? Mainstream comic, Hawkeye. I would say
Matt Fractions.
Matt Fractions Hawkeye. Matt Fractions Hawkeye. I can't even say that anymore because people will be like, what? Hawkeye?
You can still like the comic.
Yeah, but people are not going to believe me because the show was a stinker.
They'll be like, I've seen the
Oh,
show.
I
How the
see.
fuck you? How do you? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Open their eyes. Show them their dreams.
Which is interesting. I want to ask you, what's your favorite mainstream comic? Like, if like a person, I've never read comics. Mainstream.
So like Marvel, DC.
Marvel, DC. Like, please.
Is Vertigo's not included in DC? I feel like that's the only stipulation I'll make.
I would say no because Why the Last Man? I don't consider it mainstream.
Okay.
so.
Okay. Marvel, DC. Identity Crisis is, I think, a good one to jump into.
That's the one with the shocking.
With Elongated Man. And
The grape thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that was one of my first ones.
I've never read
Long
that,
Halloween. I like that one a lot. That's the Batman story. There was maybe one other thing. I can't think of it right now.
I guess it's
I think the third thing I would recommend that I think is well known enough to be considered mainstream is Hellboy. Any volume of Hellboy has been like enjoyable for me, but those would be the three things I'd recommend. I think Hawkeye is definitely one of the top ones, but yeah.
You murdered my boy.
I was enjoying some of it until the end. The end just felt like a deflated balloon for me.
You know why, right?
Yeah.
He wanted to get the fuck out. He was done.
Who?
Matt Fraction?
Oh, no.
Oh,
I meant
oh.
the show. So
Okay.
Like, then the book, I still enjoyed overall. I didn't even feel like it ended too bad. Like the show was like okay. I like Jeremy Renner and his Hawkeye, and I was like that's carrying it for me. But like everything else was like whatever.
The Kingpin.
And then the Kingpin shit just you had possibility.
No, my boy.
That whole thing.
And I saw the Kingpin cosplay at Comic-Con. That guy was legit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit.
Okay, so that's phase 4. And then Wakanda is going to be the end of that one. And they showed the trailer for that. Then we got a little tease
I liked the trailer.
of the Wakanda.
Yeah. It gave me chills. Like, no woman, no cry.
Yeah. Did you see the trailer?
Neymar.
Yeah. I forgot that they cast Neymar. Yeah, it was good. So then they showed this timeline of what phase 5 is outlined to be. And that starts with Ant-Man and Wasp, Quantumanium. It's the third Ant-Man movie. And people are laughing. There was like a TikTok I saw. It was like Superman when he realizes Ant-Man's going to have a trilogy before he does. So, okay, Ant-Man, Quantumanium. Secret Invasions TV show with the Skrull and stuff like that.
And
Then-
Skrull was introduced in Miss Marvel?
They
Or not
there.
Miss
They were
Marvel,
in it.
in Marvel? Or what the fuck?
Captain Marvel?
Captain
Yeah,
Marvel.
they were in
fuck.
it.
Yeah, they were in Captain Marvel. I think that was the first time you see him.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Then in May is the third and final Guardians of the Galaxy film, Volume 3. Then there's going to be a show about Echo.
I don't know that there's.
She's a character that was in Hawkeye.
Oh.
Daredevil character.
Oh, no, okay, not the girl that gets introduced in Icon that he teaches her.
No,
That's
not
not
her.
okay.
Then sometime in summer will be Loki season 2. And then the Marvels in July. And then in November is Blade.
Nice.
And then in fall sometime Wesker.
Are any of these
No, I'm just thinking
animated?
about the TikToks. Do
Yeah.
you see?
So far, nothing here said is animated.
Okay.
Oh, Secret Invasion might be. I'm not sure.
I just feel like Blade. I don't know why I have this feeling that Blade's gonna be animated.
No, did you not? I thought you knew the casting. Marshala Ali.
Yeah, they can be voice actors. I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not.
Okay.
It's not.
Good casting.
And there's rumors that Homelander is gonna be Dracula as the villain. Ironheart is a show, and it's supposed to be someone who takes up the mantle of Iron Man, like kind of kid comes up. And people are like saying it's going to be Shuri from Black Panther
Interesting.
because of the tech savviness of her. And then winter 2023, 2024, Agatha, Coven of Chaos.
Oh, yeah.
That's from WandaVision, Agatha. And then spring 2024, Daredevil, Born Again. That one is going to bring back Charlie Cox as Daredevil, and Born Again refers to popular...
Kingpin, not being beaten up so badly.
Hopefully they don't mess this one up because of Hawkeye. But yeah, Daredevil, Charlie Cox back.
18 episodes.
18 episodes.
And he was teased in Spider-Man?
He was in Spider-Man. He's going to be in She-Hulk.
He's the lawyer of Spider-Man.
In She-Hulk, they just showed another trailer. They show someone, you're like, that's Daredevil. And it was the red and yellow costume.
What does that signify? Like that is it like signify?
That's just his first costume.
Yeah,
okay, so it signifies like when he first was trying to be Daredevil. Okay.
And then they're doing, just in tangent to all this, there's supposed to be some animated stuff happening, and they had Daredevil in it, and he's doing the voice acting for his character.
This is kind of a side tangent. I saw a boys clip on TikTok where it showed Daredevil get fucked up.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, yeah, that makes it. I always thought like, damn, every sense is like amplified. If he got punched, wouldn't it hurt more? I used to always think that when I was younger. And yeah, I saw the Daredevil clip in the boys.
They have a room in the roster. They're like, we have tryouts, and they bring this guy, and he's blind. He has other super senses. And Homelander's like, he's like very like, great to have you. Love their work. You're doing great in the community. And it's very inspiring words. He's like, one question. If someone were to he just claps his ears like super strong, and it just bleeds out of his ears and dies.
Plus his eardrums.
Thought you could bring a guy like this into the team.
Yeah. This is diss to Daredevil. It's like
bullshit. He's like, fucking, this is what you give me? This is the best you got? And he tells his publicist, he's like, get over here. Get the fuck over here. Don't look at him. Look at me. And I'm like,
yeah, that would happen to Daredevil in real life.
And just don't be around Superman. Don't piss him off. Yeah, it just the character change for that guy is so good. So Daredevil, and then May of 2024, Captain America: New World Order, NWO. And then I believe capping off with Thunderbolts, which they said we'll learn more about that later.
And
I've never read Thunderbolts.
Someone said that is like similar to the Suicide Squad from DC.
Kind of.
Sort of, yeah.
It's just a ragtag team, similar to like the Guardians.
It's villains, so it's mostly villains, but they're it's like Suicide Squad in that sense.
So they're
like,
tasked to like do something.
They're forced. Like in past teams, you've seen Bullseye in it. You've seen Scorpion from Spider-Man stuff in it. You've seen Venom be a part of this team, but it's a different Venom. You've seen at one point it wasn't being forced. It was like we could benefit from this, like corporatize this. So Norman Osborn in one of the versions takes this public. He's like, we're the new Avengers. We're the Thunderbolts. And it's like Green Goblin, Norman, but in his own version of an Iron Man suit. And then all these other villains just in different suits and stuff. And
you know what?
they're very dysfunctional. They're all kind of like unstable, but they're like, just keep it off screen, keep it off camera.
Do you know what DC could have done that kind of killed everything? Just show a trailer and show these like the shadows of people and like, who are you? The Secret Six. Who? Like I was like, who?
That would be good.
Secret Six.
Meow.
Catman.
Catman.
That's Phase 5.
That's Thunderbolts. And then they said one more thing.
We got Phase.
Starting off Phase 6 in like a decade is Captain America. Then a bunch of they just show the times, but they don't show what it'll be.
Wait, Captain America, but this is
not Captain America. Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four.
Okay.
They have a bunch of time slots, but they don't show what'll fill that
yeah.
stuff. Then Avengers, the Kang Dynasty.
And Kang is who they introduced him to us in Loki.
They introduced his variant in Loki.
Yes.
That guy is He Who Remains.
That's a good variant. He's the one.
He's not good, but he's
the
better.
Like, he survived through the whole thing, and he says like I had to do this to stop like a bad version of myself.
Version.
Yeah, a scary version. And so more than likely we see that scary version here.
Well, So one of the teasers they showed that TikTok people found is that evil version is going to be an Ant-Man.
Oh shit. Okay.
They were like, so you see some guy walking, and you see the suit, and it's King's outfit and the cape and stuff, and Ant-Man's like, "I'm an Avengers." He's like, "Oh, I've killed. Which one are you? I've killed your people before." Or he's like, and then he's like, "I'm a conqueror," and then Ant-Man.
TikTok.
It was like this angled like.
Damn.
And then the final one that they release is Avengers: Secret Wars.
And that's supposed to end everything.
That's the end of Phase 6.
So there could be Phase 7.
There's more. There's
Where does
gonna go for.
where does the King Dynasty fit in?
It's like it's like third. So there's Kang Dynasty at May 2nd, 2025. Then there's 2 things in between summer, and then November 2025 is Secret Wars.
And you know why they split everything up to that point?
Why?
Because you heard the Fox News,
No.
where they can't recast any of the X-Men members until a certain time period. So X-Men will be the next thing, probably.
You don't think it'll happen before?
Well, if they can, but they can't cast anyone else. So Hugh Jackman has to be Wolverine. Professor X has to be Patrick Stewart. It's still a certain time period. Their
what if
contract.
they use other X-Men?
Yeah, that's possible.
But doesn't like Hugh Jackman not want to do it anymore?
I don't know.
It's weird.
But if they go with something else, that'd be like a breach, probably. Okay, I understand.
Well, I assume like they'd probably ask like, "Hey, since you don't want to be anymore, are you cool if we recast you?"
They can't.
This isn't a contract between the actors. It's a contract like
Talk
in
to my
general?
lawyers.
I don't know.
I don't know. But maybe they want to start with a fresh
Yeah.
direction, and that would cause more confusion.
I mean,
don't
for
know.
me, just as like a
But-
standard, like I'm a fan of like the Marvel movies, just because I haven't really read the comics, so this is all stuff that's newer to me, being introduced to me these storylines. I'm excited.
Yeah, there's enough to be excited. I feel like part of it, though, seeing so many things is overwhelming
Yeah.
to some degree.
I think they could have done without Phase 6. They
The
could have just given
MCU's
us Phase
first
5.
X-Men movie might not arrive until Phase 7. It's because of the contract. They can't. If they do, they have to reuse the same actors. That's the problem.
Okay. I mean, there's enough stuff to fill before that. But yeah, I think people are foaming at the mouth for some X-Men stuff.
2025 is the soonest.
But yeah, I think there's enough. Like, I don't care about everything. I didn't even care about everything in this last one. I think you definitely.
I mean, I got burned
yeah.
by a couple of them.
But some of them, I was like, this is different. Are they even going to use this? Like, there's so much to, like, keep track of now that I feel like I'll be okay on the big ones if I don't keep track of, like, 4 of these shows or 5 of them.
To me, this is with a lot of Marvel films. Like, they don't do the villains right.
No.
Like, it's really rare when they do the villains right. And if they do the villains right, they just kill them off.
Yeah.
It's
like one
dude,
and done.
Yeah, dude, don't kill him off. Even Kevin Feige, he was really sad when Wu died, the Mandarin. He's like, I wish they didn't kill him off.
Well, I think this whole idea of multiverse can save that. They could
and that
cheapen it.
kind of scares me because then it's turning into comics and retcon and it's gonna get shitty. Like if they do that. That's why I hate comics. They do something crazy and they just erase it. Do something crazy.
But they'll say it's like a newer version, like they've done it with Multiverse of Madness. You know, Doctor Strange was introduced to a different universe, and everyone like acknowledged like you are not our Doctor Strange, but we acknowledge you are a Doctor Strange.
Well, the universe thing is okay, just when they start retconning shit that happens. I don't know.
Yeah, I can see how. For me, it's more of how it's handled, less about whether it happens or not.
Because a lot of comic book stories do that shit. It's horrible. It's why I don't read
the thing
mainstream
is, they don't
comics.
even have to retcon. I mean, they don't have to do the whole timeline thing. Fucking Spider-Man was redone like 16 fucking times. Like, it's gonna just, if they want to, they'll do it regardless of whether there's a multiverse or not. Yeah. They could just start all over again. You know, like, oh, let's recast this person. You know, go back to the beginning. How did Batman happen? You know, I know that's DC, but still.
So phase 5 and 6, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. plus Wakanda.
Yeah.
What of those are the things you guys are like? I can't wait for this, or I'm excited. Or I'm interested.
I can wait for all of them because I don't know anything as that much. I do have a question though, because there's a lot of Marvels. There's Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, the Marvels. Who are the Marvels?
I never really got into the Marvels.
All I know is Miss Marvel is like they created a new character, and it's the girl Kamala, and she has, even though she's inspired by Captain Marvel,
Yeah.
but she's her own character, and she just kind of is. I'm Miss Marvel. That's it.
Right.
I don't know any other ties between her and Captain Marvel, and Captain Marvel is who she is, and that's all I know. I don't know any other Marvels. I was like,
So the Marvels
I have no
have
idea.
nothing to do probably with this.
no, the Marvels is the sequel, I think, to Captain Marvel.
Oh, okay.
But outside, I don't know what other people would be in that.
Is Captain Marvel? I watched the show, the movie, but I don't remember really well.
She's a
There's a group of them, right?
Kree.
Like there's other people that have her powers. They're kind of like they're like a police
race.
force.
Yeah, they're like a race.
Yeah. Okay. So then that makes sense. The
Kree.
Marvels. Okay. So it has to do with Captain Marvel. Got
But
it.
they kind of get like a RoboCop, where they're like when they become this police force, their prior lives kind of get wiped from their memory or suppressed, and she gets that jogged in her memory again, and she's like, I don't want to be a part of the police force.
Gotcha.
And becomes like something.
So I just wasn't sure if this was like a third thing, but this is tying back to Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
so
more.
The Marvels is Captain Marvel. Okay.
As far as I know, I don't know. There could be more to it that we're not aware of.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't care. I didn't care for Captain Marvel.
Gotcha.
Does anything interest you or yours?
Wakanda.
Yeah, I was gonna say because of the new
replacement?
the new character.
Namor?
Yeah.
I want to see how they deal with the death.
Mhm.
Like, it's very interesting. And there's like speculation of who that person is. Like,
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh shit, I wonder who it is.
Yeah.
They're saying it's female.
Possibly.
Could be. And
The other thing I've seen about that film is like speculation of that this could be heralding a comic adaptation of a story in which Doctor Doom is the one behind the conflict. Doctor Doom and people being excited about Doctor Doom because Secret Wars involves Doctor Doom and Fantastic Four also means Doctor Doom. So they're like, Kang's around, Doctor Doom. Could this be like a setup for two larger villains that like are building up? I don't know, but anyway.
Guardians 3 probably.
Yeah.
And I didn't know the director of Ant-Man was the director of Bring It On.
Hey.
He's the first Ant-Man too. He directed the first Ant. And Yes Man.
It's cold in here.
Oh, I liked Yes Man. That was a good movie.
Yeah, Guardians. But I'm just like so burned by directors
Yeah.
that I'm just
can't
kind of
trust
like
James
James Gunn. Yeah, James Gunn kind of burned me once. So we'll see.
Okay.
But Wakanda Forever. That has if Shang-Chi's better than Wakanda Forever, I'm like my expectation is out the window. And the guy who directed this is after Comic-Con, the guy who directed Shang-Chi is directing Kang Dynasty. Avengers.
Yeah.
As he should, because he made the best Phase 4
I don't
film.
know his other track records though. And
It's indie films. All indie films.
I'm worried because it's like when you take in comics, when you take like a guy that writes a single series versus an events book thing, I don't know how it gets handled. I still feel like because of all these properties, there's a lot of oversight. So I'm not that worried, but like I always remember that being like, oh, I like Jeff Johns. And then when he wrote events, I was like, I'm over Jeff Johns, like as a writer. But that's interesting. Yeah, that was good news. Were you gonna ask something?
And I was gonna say like Wakanda is what I'm.
Daredevil's my number one, actually. Fuck. If they don't fuck up the show. I mean,
I
that
don't want to
was,
get myself hyped.
I was like, that was the biggest news for me, Daredevil.
Yeah.
Shit. Totally forgot. 18 episodes. Fuck, dude. 18 30-minute episodes or an hour? God
I'll
damn.
take either.
Sheesh.
And there's still things that apparently haven't been announced. I had a link up, but it's gone. It was like they haven't. None of this shows when there's going to be a Shang-Chi sequel. There's rumors that there's going to be a Luke Cage property. There's a couple other
You
things.
forgot one big thing. Morbius and Wong.
Fuck.
It's Morbin time.
That's the hype.
It's Morbin time.
That's what's going to really kick off Phase 7. For me, I think the excitement of seeing Kang for Ant-Man and Wasp is interesting. Loki, I'm really interested in. And Secret Wars. Yeah, I like Secret Wars.
You know they're setting up for Loki to meet Thor again sometime in the future. They're gonna meet again.
I hope so. I feel like they need maybe because Loki's kind of gone through a lot with his show, but I really I know the movie is is mixed feelings, but I just feel bad for the Thor character. Like he's lost all of his friends, all of his loved ones, all this shit, like his family, all these people, like just generally large. Like he has people still around in this from Thor.
Who's in a worse situation, him or Tom Holland Spider-Man?
Tom Holland did it to himself.
You're messing up the spell. So, no, one more thing, Mr.
Thor's just like, I'm just trying to live my best life. And people
One more
just
thing,
like,
Mr. Strange.
His dad's like, I'm dying. Here's your sister.
You're messing up the spell.
Have you seen the one where like just an orange falls? He's like, we gotta get this back up, or else it'll change the world. And it's just constantly like, it's different shots of just dumb things happening, and the guy just like trying to revert it back.
That was good. Yeah, they're just trucking along. Phase 8, 9, 10. I'm like,
DC's like, Winklevoss twins, the Vinky twins.
Da Vinci.
I think, yeah.
They got Fortnite characters.
No words for DC.
Yeah. Aaron, is there anything else in terms of Comic-Con news? Recap?
I mean, in general, like I enjoyed the event, but it's a lot. Like it's become too big, and not to say like, obviously, it's a privilege for me to be able to go, but it's just a lot of people. I'm not like my social anxiety, dude. It's too many people. Damn it.
I'm just gonna go for the Magic next time.
Magic the Gathering.
I'm like,
It's just Comic-Con has lost its meaning of comics. Like I feel like.
Yeah.
Bitterroot won. Congratulations for best series.
Nice.
I said I wanted him to win, but they actually tied. They won with someone else.
Okay.
I forgot what.
still?
I didn't care about the other one, but I was supposed to go to their signing, but I had so much shit to carry. I didn't feel like going. But congrats to Bitterroot, and hopefully it gets made to a TV show. There's a group of monster hunters, so that's the.
Do they start a podcast?
Mm.
All I know is Comic-Con became a more enjoyable experience because of trains.
Yeah.
I'm over driving there.
Or hostels.
Yeah. You went through some of that. The line for Hall H just blows my mind every time I see it.
I can see why people, now that there's exclusive trailers back, yeah, I can see why. But
Yeah,
not for me. Not for me.
I just wait for the TikToks. Okay. Your topic.
Yeah, then my topic, moving away from Comic-Con. It's something I want to talk about because I just find it so interesting. Microsoft announced that they're integrating within their console Discord.
I mean, they made the purchase of Discord back in April, but I think it's rolling out some of those features now.
And I think it's just super interesting. Like, obviously, because Microsoft owns it, it's a lot easier for that to happen. But just Discord has made itself like the voice chat for just a bunch of people on games. Like
The chat, just like text and voice.
Yeah, for PC, they've integrated like I could be playing Valorant and you can see like people
What you're playing.
Yeah, for Discord when I'm on Discord playing a game, I can see people's little icons here, and when they're talking, it'll light up, so I can see things while I'm playing games. And the fact that Microsoft will have this now, specifically like on console and stuff, I think it's really interesting, really cool. And I don't know I wonder if they'll take it as their own, like they remove like the what they have now for Microsoft Chat, and it's just going to become all Discord.
Well, I think PlayStation also has features with Discord.
Oh, does it?
I think. I don't know to what extent.
Yeah.
But I know that there's some features where through PlayStation you could link it. You can link your PlayStation account to Discord or something.
Oh, I know that, but it's not.
But I don't know if this is going to bar them from any further.
Yeah.
Like their encroachment of it.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know. But it is cool. Yeah, I think it's like, why put your energy into something when someone else is doing it so well, and if you can collaborate with them.
And now, like, just the idea of what could be done now, because we already have games that are multi-cross platform. So I could play a game on PC while a friend is playing it on Xbox. And now we can easily be chatting it up without having to, like, be in an awkward chat group. Like, you know, my friend who's playing on Xbox needs to go on his computer, log in Discord, so that we could just talk to each other while we're playing on two different systems. Now he can just
play anywhere.
Integrate it into Xbox.
That's their motto.
Play anywhere.
What do you think?
It's too late. Like, I don't know. They should have done this sooner when Sony was on it.
I mean, it's true. Like, obviously, the sooner the better. But
I'm actually surprised Microsoft didn't do it first. Sony followed after. But Switch needs to get on it.
Yeah. Yes. That's, if anything.
Yeah. Yeah, Switch needs something. But I was telling him, like, how games offer cross-platform. And so you could play now Fortnite on PC, or I could play it on PC. You can play it on Xbox, and now we can chat flawlessly on Discord together because it's integrated with an Xbox and stuff. I think that's just a super cool thing. Is there anything else you guys want to see, like, integration with? Like, well, obviously...
This is kind of, like, off topic, but I think, like, Discord is kind of cheating. When you play, like, a Valorant or something, and you can still talk. You're dead.
Yeah.
You can still give intel.
You can't talk to each other in Valorant when you're dead?
No, you could, but he's saying that's cheating because your teammate can be like, "Hey, he's around the corner," you know, like I could see him.
I thought you could do that in Valorant.
You could. I think you could
use
still.
games.
Yeah, I think you
I
can
don't
still
know.
do that.
I
But
don't
I'm
know
just
that.
saying, like, certain FPSs. I guess besides Valorant.
Okay.
That's kind of cheating.
It is what it is.
Just make it into the game, I guess. I don't know. I feel like if they can invest into this more, like Discord has many different features, like chat features, clan features, LFG features based on everyone's groups and stuff. I hope these stakeholders coming into it more doesn't take away from Discord, because I feel like it's been free, and whenever something kind of gets more stakeholders, like, well, now we have shareholders.
We need some profits.
We need to, like, censor servers. We need to. I'm like, just let it be.
You can only use it when you pay for Turbo now.
Yeah, some stupid shit.
Well, hopefully it doesn't happen. But I like the idea that they're able to integrate this Discord, which is now lets it become a multi-platform where I don't have to awkwardly, like, log into my PC while playing on Xbox, because Xbox is the one who's doing it, and have to, like, you know, chat on PC but play on Xbox kind of thing. So I think that's really cool.
I just hope, like, you pay for Game Pass or the Sony PlayStation Plus, you should be able to get Nitro for free. No.
That'd be cool. I like that it's the voice chat. I hope they could maybe mix in some of the other features Discord has onto their platforms, like having if you're in a client, or if you want to send an invite for something for Xbox game that you're playing, just do it through Discord. Be like, I'm playing this, invite them.
Mm-hmm.
Send invite, yeah.
Make
Party
sure,
joiner or whatever.
Make
Like
sure if
Steam.
you have a Discord channel opportunities, you don't invite people to things that you don't have that.
Did you already buy the NFT?
Got him.
But yeah, that's mine pretty much. Unless you guys have anything else you'd like to see integrated, like
Would you like to?
They have everything I want.
What's a third party thing?
I mean, they have this for PC. PC
Mods.
is screen share. I guess I don't know. Like, watch me play this game. I don't
Streaming?
know. Yeah,
Because you can be like, watch
Discord
my
streams.
game.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, like those features, just build it in.
I'm sure those would take time.
Yeah.
Like,
but
the first thing they're gonna do is just make sure chat works.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's my topic.
Cool.
Last but not least,
Nope.
Jordan Peele's third film came out over Comic-Con weekend. And what are your thoughts on Nope?
Nope. Not of this planet.
Is that what it means?
Not of planet Earth or
Not
some
of
shit?
planet Earth. So it's
he
a
had
play.
he
It's
had
a play on it too. is what he's saying.
Well, he said that's one of the things, but I mean, I was reading some threads that were interesting. It was saying like, when Daniel's character is saying like, "What's a bad miracle?"
Oh yeah.
And then they're like, "Is there a word for a bad miracle?" And she's like, "Nope." And you're like, that's what it means.
Yeah, but in general, like, people will just see a situation and be like, "Yeah, nope, I'm out of here." You
Or
know.
that, yeah.
So it's that it's a double meaning. So it's that and then not of planet Earth.
Triple meaning.
So
Yeah.
saw the trailer, and I'm like, don't know what this movie's about.
I
And then
never
they
saw the
showed
trailer.
the second trailer where it showed the UFO, and I was very upset. It's like, why did they show the UFO? And you know what? I got to give it to him because that trailer did not really showcase what the movie was about. I was like, I mean, very briefly, but I'm like, I was not expecting that. So.
I initially thought it'd be scarier. I watched a couple of trailers. I watched that same trailer you're talking about. I felt like it's not going to be as scary as I thought. It ended up freaking me out, but in ways that it's not like I would say scaring me, but it was more like disturbed me.
The thing is though is so after you watch, you're like, it's not a scary movie, but there are moments where you're like, fucking jump scare's about to fucking happen. Like you're just in suspense.
But that's a jump. I'm talking like I'm scared of what's being shown on the screen.
Okay.
Like I don't know how to describe it other than saying that like I'm scared of like the creature they're showing. I'm scared of what's going on. I'm scared of what's gonna happen next. It was more of like the suspense was there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get startled, but I wasn't scared of like the things. And then certain things happened that were kind of eerie, and I'm like, that imagery, that thought messed with me a bit. And I'm like, the more I thought about it, I was like, that's fucking, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Like that kind of, like I don't know how else to describe it. Did you have any initial?
So the only thing I remember is the flags, like the little string flag thing going on. That's all I saw. That's all I remember. I didn't watch any of the trailers.
I just knew Jordan Peele.
Yeah, I just knew Jordan. And then I did see like on TikTok the Straw Hat Goofy. He joined an event where they mimicked the town.
Okay.
And he did a good job of keeping it like not ruining anything. But he talked about how things, and all of a sudden like he kind of he tries to throw himself into the story by saying like, yeah, I just like to have been flickering or whatever, as he's like going through his little like review of this little area. And then he's like, everything just kind of shuts down. You see like a big old light, and then he goes, "Oh my god!" And he just ends the kind of the review there. So he's trying to integrate his review with, messing around with people. And I was like, "Oh, interesting, whatever." And then I went to go watch it, and I enjoyed it. But personally, I think it's one of his, out of the three he's done, it's my least favorite.
Okay.
It's still really good. I really enjoyed it, but I enjoy the other two a lot more.
How did you feel about it?
So I watched it on Sunday
Mm.
after my day at Comic-Con. That first act, I was not falling asleep, but I was like tired from Comic-Con. Then the second act happened. The act, which they showcased in the very beginning of the film, but they fully fleshed out the second act. And
this is spoiler. This is Spoilercast. So
it woke me the fuck up. I was like, and I think it's the scariest film only because like the jump scares. The other ones, the jump scares didn't get me. This one, it got me pretty good. There's three big jump scares that really got me. I'm
Which
like,
ones?
Mantis, camera, the fake monkey people, the owls, and then the Gordy scene was more not a jump scare, but it was like
Tense.
Just not showing the action and just letting your imagination, the sound effects, and
That foot.
oh my god, yeah. And so, shout outs to Andy. It's not Andy Serkis, but Andy Serkis, very good motion capture. But I actually bought a magazine, Fangoria, for Nope, $20. Magazine's gone up.
Yeah.
But they showcase the guy who plays. There's a monkey in the film in the second act, and he does brutal attack. But it showed him like mimicking a monkey. I'm like, wow, he did a phenomenal job. And
Did he do the motion capture?
He did
for
the motion
CG?
capture for
Oh,
the
fuck.
monkey, and I'm like, fucking phenomenal. And I knew about chimp attacks before watching that second. The second act is a chimp attack, and
Well, not the whole act, just but like
They
the set.
tease it through the movie, and then that moment it kind of extends that tease.
and yeah, that is a real life horror, and I'm just like, wow, they really captured it really well.
It was like a mixture of what they showed and didn't show, right? Because it's like you see the build up to it, you see kind of like the surrounding area. There's like an eeriness to it, and then you just it goes off screen and you just hear stuff, and then the other cuts of it are like the aftermath, and it's like yeah, you're right. It's like it leaves it to your imagination.
First of all, let's start with that first scene where they show the whole Gordy thing.
At the very beginning of the film,
And it ends by the chimp looking at the camera, and it starts walking towards you. And I was like,
no, it doesn't even walk to you. It just looks.
well, he like gets up, like there's movement towards, and then it just cuts. Like I don't know if he doesn't exactly get up to walk, but you can tell he's like planning on getting towards you. And
That freaked me out.
my first thought was like,
Nope.
this is either like to show fear to the viewer or to signify something. But it like
I thought it was
that
going to be very abstract.
that
I
was
thought it was
very-
like we're not going to see anything else.
that was definitely like towards the viewer. Like that was meant, like, you know, obviously like to us. Like it stares directly at the lens, and you're just like, oh fuck, like, and it's there to instill like that fear, like, hey, this animal's a predator, like you don't be careful, kind of thing. And so that was a very good shot. That like the very end of that Gordy scene, it was really good. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. I was waiting for things to ramp up. It did take some time, but it was more like I was talking to you guys before. Of his movies, this one had a lot of things that just made me think he was paying homage to Tarantino. From like just having just character moments, just having conversations, just little interactions, like thoughts or fandom towards filmography. Like that guy, he was my great grandfather, part of film history. The director that's shooting this film, not your average person knows this stuff, but it's like Tarantino way of like, you know who that is, and like that kind of stuff. And then the way the acts were broken up, it's like chapter cut Gordy, chapter cut jean jacket, chapter cut, like that stuff made me think of Tarantino as well. And then that slow build up, and it's not necessarily like a straight ramp up. It was like, we're telling a story here, and the tempo is gonna keep, like, you think it's over, it's gonna go even crazier, but not in the crazy you might think, in a crazy in another way, like a mind fuck or a reveal or something. And that structuring was, I think, refreshing to me. Like I don't, besides Tarantino, I can't think of too many directors that kind of shake the formulaic format. Yeah, the flashbacks mixing in with, what does that have to do with anything? And then there's like a small nod to something later, or there's deeper meaning to something, or
That one part where he was like showing him the room and the memorabilia, you didn't know what it was about. It's like, yeah, a couple spent $50,000, and I'm like thinking, oh, they must have really liked the show. And then they show what happened. Is like, oh, there's a dark undertone to it.
yeah,
Wait, no, I don't get it.
So Jupe shows him the room.
Yeah, and
with all
then-
the Gordy stuff,
and
but
he
you
made
don't
the
know the
comment.
attack happened.
Right.
And so here's like, yeah, there was a couple. They were willing to spend $50,000 just to
stay
spend the
in
night
in that
and I was
secret
like,
room he
and I was
has.
like, oh, they must have really liked his show that he was on.
Yeah.
And then it was not because of
that
that.
memorabilia was of that day, and so
Right.
it's like, oh, that's the undertone. Is like, they're not fans of the show. They're like
Fans of that incident.
that incident happened, and like that was the thing that made all that stuff significant.
Yeah.
So they jerked off in that room or something?
I don't know.
No,
They
just
could have.
the fact that it's like, it's not because of you're just like, oh, I like Godzilla.
It's like people who hang out in, I'm trying to, like in a war criminal.
But yeah, but
memorabilia.
it's just, I think
There's
for
a
me,
dark-
it's like I wouldn't pay $50,000.
But you wouldn't. But there are twisted people out there that would do such things.
But it's like it's like that double thing of like, you have a ton of Godzilla stuff. It's like, actually, I kill people and I have them look like Godzilla, and so it's like, it's not what you initially think is this like just whatever positive
and now you
reason.
charge me $50,000.
And you understand the new reason. It's an expensive reason,
I
but
guess
that's distracting you.
It's still like I don't know. For
It's like
me, I
people
just can't see it.
who like to collect Nazi,
you're not
Nazi
that person.
memorabilia.
But they're not collecting. They're just sitting in the room for a whole night.
But
Well,
it's
forget
the
that part. It's
yeah.
like the reason he has that stuff. Like that's all that matters. Is like
the
this
reason
stuff
and the
isn't-
willing to pay to be in.
so it's the reason is for that dude to make money.
For him, but for the guys that paid that money, they're sick, twisted.
Individuals.
They get off
Yeah,
on
I
it or
mean,
something.
people do like I went to this camp where they like actually try to chase you and scare you. It's like, why would anyone want to do that?
It's
People
$10.
do that. No,
fine.
they're
It's fine.
immersive experience.
Yeah, but I mean, just that storytelling aspect. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that makes sense now. Why would you spend 50?
And what's funny though to me is like that scene when he talks about how someone spent $50,000. I feel like he stabs in a knife by telling us like, hey, it's $50,000. Then he twists it by saying like, I don't, whatever they do. Like he makes a comment like, I didn't question it. Like I didn't ask
I
them.
mean,
what the fuck
also
they're gonna do.
the shoe is in that upright position. I think there's blood on the shoe. It's just
So
miracle.
that's another thing. What does the shoe signify?
A bad miracle.
yeah, it's just random. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
I thought for like, obviously before I knew what everything was, I thought the shoe signified like the creature that we see, the whole UFO thing.
Sorry, UAP.
UAP was had to do with that. Like I thought it was like in the area, and that's why some weird things were going on, kind of thing.
Nope.
Yeah, exactly. Nope. So, but yeah, that was interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, that
shot.
structuring was a big takeaway for me that I liked a lot. And other things of like the context of it. You initially when you hear like we see the UFO, like oh shit, the game is now to get it on camera. Like it was kind of lighthearted.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're like okay, we're gonna try and get it on camera, but then there's dark like the howling it makes. You're like oh that's just howling. It's an alien thing. Realizing that the howling is something more familiar and it is like something just real. It's digesting human or whatever it's eating, and you're like oh fuck. Like that was the eerie stuff that I was like.
Even like how in the very beginning how his dad died. I was like, that's kind of eerie though. It's just weird.
Yeah.
I know Logan Paul had a problem with it, but there has been weird shit that happens sometimes, and
It's a
I
problem.
was like, yeah. I
Yeah.
was just like, dang, the way he died, it's kind of weird. Like, it brought that mystery, and then you find out later, you're like, oh, okay. I want to bring up one point.
Yeah.
There's a dude that we worked at Fry's Electronics.
Yeah.
There's a character in there, one of the main characters. He works at Fry's Electronics, and when they're paying for stuff, there's a secret shopper thing that we had to say. He said everything. He was trained well. Let's just say that. Someone from Fry's trained.
Or
Would
he
you
was
like
an
to put
employee-
this
he
in
was
your
an
car?
employee.
Do you want installation? I'm like, someone from Fry's trained him well. It's very
You're like,
the attention to detail. I was like, wow.
Like we had to upsell because that was like 100% profit for the
Yeah,
company. You know,
that's
like
all
if
you
you're
get.
buying, yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, like it did a good job for me of mixing comedy, lightheartedness with horror with suspense.
They didn't have the name tags though. They just had a shirt that said Fries. We had like a name tag that would like clip on.
Wait, was that just your store or all stores?
All stores, right?
stores.
Yeah, all
Okay.
stores.
Okay. Yeah.
Didn't have that iconic name badge, man. Shame.
I thought like when they were like, okay, now we gotta get the footage, all that stuff. They were trying to figure it out. I was like, oh, this is okay. It kind of felt like it's scary, but it's like we're aware of it. And maybe the first thing I thought, I think you guys might have thought similar, Jaws. Of like this thing's scary.
Jaws in the sky.
Yeah, Jaws in the sky. And like when that camera guy's like, he comes over, he's like, that cloud.
There's a really cool shot where Daniel's character with a Scorpion King
Yeah.
sweater, he's riding and there's a huge, you could tell it's a helicopter shot, but there's a huge shadow. I'm like, how did they film that? It was probably CGI.
Yeah,
but
the
that shadow. I was like,
yeah.
okay.
Or like, what is it? Like the Photoshop for movies, After Effects. They could just add like a silhouette and just have it move behind.
But like you mentioned, there's a Tarantino aspect where they're talking about Junpei's an SNL skit that happened, and I was like, Chris Kattan killed it, and I'm like, and it brought back to me, should comedy have limits? And I'm trying to think, damn, I was thinking, did SNL ever do anything controversial like that? And they flirted with it, nothing like crazy like that, but they've done OJ Simpson like skits, and I'm just like, holy shit, like. And it's one of the themes, like, do you exploit a fucking bad tragedy for fucking entertainment? And I'm just like, damn, dude, like, we do that. SNL does that.
Well, I mean, when I was reading a take on this film that I really liked, I'm sure you've been exploring all of them.
I'm the unofficial Nope account.
But this guy was talking about, well, one of the things that's aside from this, but in relation, was like you see 3 prominent characters specifically have relationships with animals or animal-like things.
Mm-hmm. Daniel's character, he understands,
which is more of like a respect. Like there's a danger to them, you have to approach them a certain way. There's caution, and Jupes, which is like entertainment. Like you put them in a suit and tie. This is them in their normal. Like you don't like ignore the danger of his incident with Gordy, and then again with this thing.
Can I guess the last one? Oh, I'm gonna assume the cameraman,
the director,
and it's respect.
No, his cameraman is like the thrill of like
getting this
the
perfect
spectacle,
shot,
but that border of like being in it or being a spectator of it. And he was like wanting to get to that impossible line of like, I'm in it, but I'm viewing it. Yeah. And he crossed it. And like the way those 3 different characters, the psychologies of it is. And then someone was saying like, the thread I was reading was like talking about like as if like when the movie makes reference to like viewers and entertainment, how we like to be away from it, but also a part of it. Like you saw probably some of like that conversation and theme, like deeper meaning to the thing.
Like at first, I was looking at it at a content creator's perspective. Like you always want to like,
you want the shot.
Yeah, you want like to make not say drama, but you want to make a spectacle. Like
everything is content.
Yeah, everything is content. And then I'm like thinking, no, it's not even just content creator. Like when you see people fight, the first thing you do is record. Yeah. I'm just like, holy shit. And people are just enthralled by like this weird, like they won't help. They won't help.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of gets me. I'm just like, you're going to record but not help. And it's like, and it's a good fucking symbolism, the viewers.
Yeah.
And you kept on saying,
our viewers thinking it's an alien, a ship full of aliens. And he's like, there are viewers. And it's almost like a nod. I was like, oh, I get it. I can see that. I think the things I liked were in other homages were like the final end bits where the final attempt at this thing and the stuff. Very anime-like. In a lot of ways, the Akira reference with the bike was
I
cool.
thought that shit looked beautiful. When it like completely opens up and stuff.
But like that made me think like abstract alien like Evangelion. Like
I wanted to post something, but it would have been spoilers. But it said like there was a poll in Reddit: is Nope a kaiju film? I wanted to post that, but I didn't.
I mean, technically.
Yeah. Yeah, you were talking about this too of like you wish of the 3 films you wish this was more like the other 2 were better in your eyes because of they're more direct in what they're meaning.
But I also feel like because I understood that a lot better and quicker than this one. Like I could be in the same boat that Jing was earlier when he watched it, where he's just he hasn't digested. I haven't digested it fully, and I don't get it. Like I've seen like and made those comparisons where it's like, this is like a kind of a social media commentary on just wanting to get different things, different videos of different things and stuff, but it doesn't like hit me as much as like the first 2 films did.
When I first saw it, I thought the main takeaway I got from it was don't mess with nature. And that's just a surface level. And then I just started like really thinking about it, and I just started reading like Reddit posts. I'm like, oh, this shit is way deeper than that shit.
It can be. Yeah.
And they always mention, and I think it's this to Oprah, they always mention the Oprah shot. And I remember the reason why I know about the fucking chimp attack is because it was on the news about someone getting a face transplant. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And that's not the first person to get a face. First person to get a face transplant was another woman, but her face was eaten by a dog. and it was a Labrador, which tripped me the fuck out. And it was because like she took medicine and she just slept real hard, and the dog was trying to wake her up by licking her face, and it wasn't working. So the dog just started
nibbling.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I'm just like, holy shit. So yeah, the news about the face transplant made me remember in the news about the chimp attack. And yeah, I was gonna go into brutal detail about chimp attacks, but I'll refrain from it. But if you guys are curious, Joe Rogan, which I don't like, he has a good understanding of chimp attacks. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's very
brutal.
realistic. It shows the person that there's someone that survives the chimp attack, and very realistic.
Well, just to like break it down without like showing too much, chimps generally like attack not to kill, but to do damage essentially.
They know that your hands are useful and your eyes are useful, so they attack your hands. And eyes.
They target specific spots, but they don't like seek to do enough damage to just kill.
Okay. Damn.
So yeah, it's crazy.
Just word of advice: if you ever see a room full of chimps, they take
Get the fuck out.
indignation quite literally. So one of the guys, this is not the woman, but one of the guys that got attacked, he gave a piece of cake to one chimp and not the rest. If you see a room full of chimps, treat them all equally, please. Because they'll remember. And if they escape,
Ape escape.
your hands and eyes will be gone.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was fun.
What other shots?
Was there any other memorable segment?
You know one thing, like, so I also want to like talk about the negative stuff. I don't like there's a part where they're setting up to try to get the shot for this alien, and there's a guy that comes in. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's TMZ! Oh, fuck!"
Yeah,
that guy just didn't match the rest of the movie. He was way too energetic, and I understand like they were trying to make him to be like a TMZ, but the energy was too much. I feel like they could have just dialed it down and just been like, he could have done the same thing, like, hey, trying to get the shot, but he was too loud. He like yelled everything, and I was like, what this like? They went overboard on that character. They didn't have to be.
I look at less about the character. I look at Jordan Peele stuff.
Yeah.
And like I remember in Us, the neighbor that was like, "Hi, Bob," and like how he was just he didn't fit.
Yeah.
Tim and Eric.
Yeah, the Tim and Eric, and I was like, this is weird, but like I was like, it was distracting enough to notice him and to stand out, and even his other was weird. Like,
yeah.
I was like, I'm like,
I guess
is
it
he
is
going for funny?
It is just me because in that scene, I didn't feel like he was out of place. It made it seem like, oh, he's going for a more like, this is obviously not a normal situation, and that's how I felt like.
The whole family was just
exactly.
loud.
But in for this one, for me, it's just that one specific person. So it was like too much of one person versus the scene, because the scene's very that whole scene is a very plain scene because they're out in the desert, like there isn't much going on, and then here's just a very, very vibrant character, and it felt off because of how vibrant that character was to me.
I think it helped me swallow that a little bit easier with them saying like, if we don't go for, like, there's people are like, what's going on in this area with the missing that whole thing. And other stuff. There was like red or yellow tape and stuff. So like that helped a little bit. It still was loud. I laughed though really hard when he.
But the thing is though is like I understand that there are people like this in real life. Like there are people that they'll just come out of nowhere and just be fucking energetic as fuck, But it just seemed out of place for me. It was a little weird to me.
Any other ones for you?
The Oprah shot just really got me because the real life incident, the chimp survivor attack, the Oprah shot was her unveiling her face, and I'm just like, she's just exploiting this poor woman's like situation, and that movie fucking people will do that. They will exploit for the spectacle, and that shit just digs into me, and it will always be like that. People love that drama, and people are looking for that craziness, It entertains. That's why a lot of these true crime shit is popular.
Yeah.
It's a tragedy, but people are
infatuated with the murderers, like, you know?
Yeah.
Because they're just like, damn, that guy was a good-looking man. Like, I would have never thought.
I mean, in news, the Chris Chan thing, I'm like, people are
Yeah.
they want to see that shit televised. I'm like, that's sad, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, dude, fuck.
Did you have any negatives? Anything you felt like, just, you know?
Second best film and third best film of the year. Everything in Top Gun, I think, is better.
Wait,
for
second best?
Jordan Peele film, and third best film of this year. Everything in Top Gun is still better than this film for me.
Okay. It's one of my favorites of the year. I don't know where yet, because I don't know.
Better than Snore?
Yeah, better than Thor. I liked Northman. I liked Top Gun. And everything, nothing beats everything everywhere all at once. I'm trying to think. I don't know if you want to.
Well, because I still have like another negative thing.
Yeah,
it's not.
Sure.
I mean, they're not like. It's not a bad thing. It's just out of the whole movie, these things stood out to me.
Okay.
And I don't know whether it's a good thing for me or a bad thing for me. Another one was at the end with like the director, where he just like. He gets a good shot, and then he's just like...
That wasn't the perfect shot.
Yeah, and he like, essentially like, flips the switch, and is just like, you know what? We can do better. And it was so weird. It was
an
like,
obsession.
It was weird to me.
Yeah.
But like...
I
mean...
don't know, people, I don't think it's weird because people have died trying to take perfect selfies.
But
and just like...
I think what's weird to me is it's not like how he went about doing it. It's the immediate switch. Like, he was doing everything perfectly safe. And then out of nowhere was like, you know what? I'll be the bait for the perfect shot. And then just fucking...
I think he was like, we got something.
Yeah.
We can get more. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of times you see, like, those risky movies where it's like, oh, you got it? Okay. Keep...
Yeah,
Dude,
stay.
dude, we got enough. Go. No. Go further.
Yeah.
Like, what else can you find? Obsession. Like, I feel like having them shown how obsessed he is with all this shit that he's been watching, like, he was off from the get-go. So I was waiting for him to do something crazy. Man, your teeth. Crazy, girl.
Gotta watch him a little bit.
Crazy.
No, it's just like...
I'm trying to think of other things. There's the whole Gordy stuff.
I didn't have any other major issues. I feel like the Nick Cage film is a personal favorite, but I wouldn't say it's like my top 3, but it's up there. It's more of like a personal thing.
Yeah.
I have to say, though, when people who don't understand the film, like on the surface level, like, dude, were you paying attention? Like, on the surface, now I'm not talking about the deep symbolism. Like, on the surface level, that Gordy scene makes sense, too, on the surface level. It just, Junpei's characterization of, like, I'm untouchable when it comes to these beasts of the wild.
I think at the very least, the impact that event had on him and how he was doing this other thing is a direct thing to the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know how people do not understand. Ooh.
Girl?
But that's where it gets weird, too, though, because my interpretation of the Gordy thing wasn't about... I mean, there obviously was for Jupe's character, but I didn't get that immediately. What I got was this is showing that predators cannot be...
She smells all the Korean barbecue.
Predator.
Predators can... Yes.
Yeah?
But predators cannot be controlled because this is they were using a chimp that was a show chimp for a show, and then obviously something happened and it just went insane and did a lot of damage to people, murdered people, and they was just trying to show the fact that, like, I think it's a hint to show that the UFO was not a UFO, but was more of a creature rather than like an actual object or just a spaceship essentially. And that's how I took it. And then obviously when you brought it out to me, you made the connection that Jupe. This is showing that Jupe felt invincible because he survived this attack. And then when we introduced him again, we find out what he's trying to do. He's trying to use the UFO as like a means of showmanship. He feels like he can control it. He feeds it to come out, and people will watch. And he's like, perfect. You guys got to see what you saw. You guys paid my ticket. I made money. We're good to go. And he's just trying to make a show out of it now. Because he feels like he can control these things. He's like invincible.
He's always been exploiting shit. A fucking Gordy room show, $50,000.
A fist bump, you know.
Exploding fist bump.
First one.
But yeah, he's always been about the money, which is I understand like why the 50,000, but I don't understand why the people paid 50,000.
There's people. There's a lot of sick people,
that's
man.
too much weird. Like
it's realistic.
It's so weird that it's unfathomable to me.
Is that scary?
It's realistic weird to me. Like there are people out there like that. It's not you. I mean, it's not a normal thing.
No, I know, but like
it's like those. It's also like those weird people that those serial mass murderers. People fall in love with them.
Why?
Women.
Yeah.
Why?
See, but that I can see that connection. Like
Why?
people
Why?
can be so lonely that
Why
they're willing to go with
weird.
anyone.
Why would they fall in love
That's
with
the thing. That is so far out there to me that I just can't even make the connection.
That's the same thing, though. That's pretty much the same thing.
It's not to me. They're
romanticizing the tragedy.
But like I guess it's not just that though. Like, what did they do in that room? I guess that's like my main question. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Who knows?
Because they had a whole fucking night in there.
They're just like, oh my, they're like, I was in this room.
They could just say that by visiting it for like an hour. Why do they have to spend a whole night in there?
There's probably people out there like, oh, I want to be in the room where Marilyn Monroe died, or I want to be in a room where this person died. It's just
but again,
weird.
like it doesn't need explanation. That's just my mind speaking. But I don't know why they had to be there a whole night. It doesn't make any sense. But
there are people out there like that.
Maybe those people are not of this planet Earth.
I mean, I would have paid $10.
And that's what scares me is the real horror.
Yeah, that there's people willing to take in this, pay to have that moment of that we're using to make money off of, like that, to take that Oprah shot and be like, I'm willing to pay $50,000 just to see the Oprah shot live myself. You know what? I wonder about the people that because Oprah did do a whole thing about it. I wonder how it was for the audience members. Like, did they screen them like crazy? Or was it a special thing where they're like, it's going to be extra? Like, you have to. I wonder. Maybe we should look into it and exploit it.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm going to be a normal person. And
I'm going to be like that character. Nope.
If they get their kick,
not that character.
Nope.
If they get their kicks off that, hey, dude, more power to them. I don't want to know.
What else?
I'm excited for his next film.
Yeah.
Don't fail me.
Don't
fail me.
What's the next film?
I don't know.
Oh, I had a title
just
already.
Don't drop the ball.
You're like, no, the film is called I Don't Know. Like, that's
Yeah.
the name.
I mean, for me is his weakest film, but like it's still good. Like,
Yeah,
fuck.
I
Like,
enjoyed it.
he
I like his style. I like his messages.
He's a breath of fresh air, for sure. His ideas are just.
So far, so good.
I mean,
keep trying weird shit. That's all I like. I like doing weird shit.
that Gordy, the second act scene, reminded me of the Velociraptor scene in Jurassic Park, but more intense.
Oh,
and
where
I'm
the
like,
kids are hiding?
when he's hiding and you just. Yeah, I was just like, he out Spielberg. And this is like a homage to Spielberg and Tarantino. And I'm like,
A bunch of people, yeah.
I was like,
Make it his own.
He's one of the greatest after that. After watching that scene, I was like, that was well directed. I was just like, it woke me. I was like, and what's crazy is Junpei survives that incident. I still felt scared for him.
Did you guys notice that? I might have not actually like realized it. I just thought I saw that, but his eyes were predatory, and then they turned into like a more calm eyes, because it's very difficult to see behind the little like table.
I didn't notice that.
Mat thing. But yeah, like his eyes look almost like a cat, like it's like a line going up and down, and he looks like he's predatory, like there's like evil behind it. And then he's standing, he like keeps looking, and then his eyes turn into like a more human eye. It's like a circle now. It looks like a human's eye, and that's where he like
comes up.
Yeah, he's already been up there. He's been staring through him. And then that's where his hand kind of goes up, and it also shows a lot of it's showing scenes like, and so you see there's a part where like they face bump, so he does it again, and that monkey doesn't
And then,
survive.
yeah, that shot scared me.
Yeah,
That's
oh
all.
shit. Oh fuck.
Well, I mean, your discretion advice. I'm going to talk about the...
Do it.
So, I don't know if you heard the 911 call with the Oprah shot.
Oh yeah. Because you sent it to us.
So there's a 911 call, but then like the owner, it wasn't the one that got attacked. The owner, she's like, she's attacking my friend.
Yeah.
She's dead. And then the owner got a knife and stabbed the chimp.
Oh shit.
But she said, I remember how the chimp looked like. The chimp looked back because that was his owner and looked like
The look of betrayal.
I can't believe you just did that and just still kept on attacking. But I was like, whoa. And like the chimps are like, they're the closest to humans out of all the animals. So
So what does it say about us?
Basic instinct.
we're the viewers.
Deeper.
Yeah, but with that thing that the 911 call, what I remember the most is how it's crazy to me how these things just happen. But she calls obviously because of the attack on her friend, and she's going like she's dead, and the guy, instead of getting more information, is just like, how do you know she's dead? How do you bro, don't focus on that shit. Like, fucking hurry up.
She's ripped apart. And I was like,
but I mean, the thing is too is they're multitasking. Like while he's getting this call, obviously he immediately understands there's
Hopefully.
like urgency, and he's already sending messages to get the 911, and he's just trying to keep her on the phone to like keep her going. Like he needs just to talk. So
and I
he's
think
asking
the
questions,
cop that killed the chimp, I think he shot him 3 times, but the chimp it got shot 3
Yeah.
times, still ran into the house, eventually died. But that cop went through depression, dude. Like from seeing the victim and just
The whole
killing the
incident.
chimp. Yeah,
Damn.
he went through deep depression. Like
But yeah, it's a fist bump.
anti-ET. God damn, dude.
Spielberg did it from two films.
Jesus Christ.
E.T. and Jurassic Park.
What's funny is it'll change, and then like 5 minutes later, we're like, oh yeah, that's a fist bump.
And I want to see this. Dude, you know this film is in 4DX. The chimp,
Nope.
the chimp attack.
Dolby was enough already. Like hearing the howls and shit, I was like, "Jeez, I'm in it."
Yeah, sound or even the sound design of the chimp.
The imagery of the house with the blood all over it, man, that was solid.
Dude, what's crazy? So with that, there's 2 shots where like the first one where the alien's above the house, just like regurgitating everything. I thought it was getting ready to swallow the whole fucking house. So I'm like, you're not safe in this fucking house. And then when Daniel comes through in the fucking truck and it goes over, I'm like, you're even less safe because I already thought it wasn't eat the house. It could easily eat the fucking car.
Even the fucking I wear my sunglasses.
The audio used in this film was
at
And I caught that immediately. But go.
No, it's just I loved the signaling of the audio of like whenever you see things powered down,
Yeah.
whenever you hear things powered down, like that was a sign.
So that's one of the things is obviously that song was not playing at regular speed, and everything kind of calms down. So you're like, oh, it's gone. But I'm like, the fucking sound is still slow. That motherfucker is nearby. And sure enough, dude.
That the imagery of the cloud just staying still was I was like, that's freaky.
Yeah, and that was
It's
so cool
there.
too, where the guy just comes out of nowhere and he's like, it's true. And then you're like, what the fuck is he talking about? He's like, you guys don't know? Shows the footage of every cloud moving, one cloud just perfectly fucking still. Too good. It's too good.
Good
I want to
stuff.
rewatch it again, but probably it's the
I want a
first.
steelbook.
It's the first horror movie shot in IMAX. First one.
Bravo. Even
It's
that guy, if you look at his camera, it says IMAX.
It's weird because
Really?
I don't consider it a horror. It's not horror.
That's
I
why
don't
me
know, I
too. I
wouldn't.
don't consider it horror. Does he call it a horror?
I don't
Is
know.
it? Is it
Is Jaws a horror?
Yeah, Jaws
Yeah.
is for sure horror.
Then this
Yeah.
is to,
really? More like a thriller suspense.
People did not want to go to the beach
I
when
did not want to get
Jaws
in the water.
when Jaws came out, dude.
I'm just saying, if that's considered horror, I feel like this is in the same
Yeah.
same
Okay.
boat.
Nope.
Cool. It's all right. That recommended.
Rate it. What is our rating? Letters, numbers, 1 through 10.
I think we have a rating for. Do we have a rating for movies? I know we have a rating for games.
Is it
because-
letters? Is it A, B, C, D, E, F, G?
No. Fuck.
We don't even remember our own rating.
No, I
system.
got it. I got the file.
Our own rating system. It's letters, I think. No? A?
I think it's percentage.
Oh, it was it out of 100? I'd give this an 85.
Dang.
Okay.
Out of 100.
So the movies we had directing. What's directing? I'd say
A plus because the fucking
Yeah.
Gordy scene
A+.
in itself.
acting. Give it a 90.
B plus.
I have to mark it down for that
I give it.
that outlandish character.
I give it A minus. Design production.
I'd give
minus?
it a
B
give it a
plus.
B plus. Yeah, B plus.
Audio sound.
Oh, A
100%.
plus. A plus.
Yeah.
Impact.
A plus for me. Fuck, dude.
That Gordy, dude.
Last one is
Oh, I want to talk about. It makes me mindful of recording things, like. But even though that guy got stuck in the car wash, fuck that guy because he drew fast out of the car wash. Like, he deserves it. But it makes me mindful of recording certain stuff now.
Okay.
I had to double think, but
Sam's like, where you
yeah.
going?
So yeah, A plus.
Okay. Last thing was watch it, wait, pass.
Watch it.
Watch it, buy it.
Watch it.
Watch it, wait, and then watch it again.
Watch it, wait. Yeah.
Let
Pass
it-
on
let
the
it-
next one
let
you were
it
gonna watch.
dig-
Watch it again.
Let it digest and watch it again.
Watch it at 1, 2, 3 movies. But if you like it, you need to pay for it. Like
Okay.
if you don't like it, then
Still
don't pay
book.
for it.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's all of our topics for today. Guys, where can people find you?
They can find me all social media. Cold Marmalade.
At the Last Bosses everywhere except Twitter at the Lost Bosses.
Official, unofficial Nope account. You can find me at Kucher Prime. You can find us all at the Weekly DLC. This is episode 282. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back Thursday? Yeah. Okay. I was like, yeah, Thursday. And until next time, we'll...
DLC
You later.
now on RSS.com.